ugly. When she look out of the window, she got arrested for mourning. Your mama.
Okay. All right, don't talk about my mom again, okay?
Let me tell you something. Your mama, she's so stupid, she thinks that Manuel Labor is the name of the president of Mexico. Your mama is so dumb, she thinks that Kidney Stones is a Rolling Stone tribute band.
Goots, I'm serious. You're starting to cross the line. Don't talk about my mother again, all right?
Your mama is so fat that when she holds ass, she got to take 3 trips.
Goots, are you serious? Okay, Gagoots. You win. You can talk about my mom anytime you want, man.
That's right, I win. That's right. That's so nice.
How?
That's so nice.
And you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not.
Okay. Okay, we'll just do that for now.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles. Why is it so loud?
All right, everybody. Are we live? Is this thing on? Are we live from Governor's Comedy Club Green Room? Wow.
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
Holy shit.
Holy shit stains. We are here. Me and Tony Walker Fresh are here today live from Governor's Green Room. I'm Don Sill. How's everybody doing?
Don Sill is awesome.
No, you're awesome.
No,
you're awesome. And we got it, man. It's another great show today. Al Lubell is here in the giggle room. Al Lubell, he likes to say Al Lubell. He has a whole bit where he just talks about his own name. But anyway, Al Lubell is here at the giggle room performing. There's a whole thing. He's got a documentary out about him. Called what's it called again? I have it somewhere.
Isn't it called I'm Al Lubell or something like that?
It's called what the hell is it? I had it.
It's out there.
Yeah, it's called Mentally Al. Like instead of mentally ill, it's
I was
mentally
close.
But Al Lubell is here, and also on the main stage,
Nathan McIntosh.
Nathan McIntosh is here. We talked with him a little bit out in the hallway earlier today. Super cool dude, super hilarious guy too. Extremely funny stuff. Rising star for sure. So come out and check him out today here at Governor's Comedy Club.
All these guys said they were coming in.
Yeah, everyone said but they're coming in after their set.
All right, so we'll see you guys in an hour.
So we might have some downtime. So when you have two big kind of headlining acts on both of these stages, there's not a lot of the other comics floating around. So it's kind of quiet in the hallway. So there's not like a lot of guys to pull in right now. So but Al Lubell, check out his documentary when you get a chance. Mentally Al, it's fantastic. It's really deep because Al has a very interesting story. He came up through the 80s boom, like the 80s comedy boom.
Right.
And he was on Star Search with Ed McMahon back in the day before there was a lot of these reality shows. One of the first ones to do it was Ed McMahon, Johnny Carson's sidekick.
Right.
Had his own show called it's like a variety talent show, and it was called Talent Search. And every week he put two people up against. There was singers that went up against each other. There was models that went up against each other. There was actors. Remember they had the acting.
Right, they would do a scene or something.
They would act out the scene and all that. But they also had stand-up comedians.
This was like the Godfather of like American Idol.
Yeah,
kinda.
This is America's Got Talent. This was
all of it.
All of that before. This is like a really and it was only tri-state area. For a lot of it. It wasn't nationwide. Right?
Oh, I didn't even...
Yeah.
I don't recall that. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so it wasn't always nationwide. So not every state... this is before cable. This is back in the day.
Right.
So not every state was getting, Star Search.
A lot of states don't have talent.
That's true. Only the tri-state area. And New Jersey's kind of...
Midwest, they got nothing.
No. In Connecticut...
Yeah, forget it. They had Michael J. Fox and that's it.
Yeah. So Al Lubell, and also there's a lot of other great talent that came through there. Dave Chappelle came
on
through.
Star Search?
On Star Search, yeah, as a young kid. Dave Chappelle started when he was like 16, 17 years old.
Wow.
And he was on Star Search also very young. Jackie the Joke Man was on Star Search, and he made it pretty far. So there's a Sinbad made his name through Star Search.
There was a singer too that went. I don't remember who it was though. I know there was a singer that.
It was the kid. A country music girl. She was a young girl when she won it, and now she's like Tanya Tucker or some shit. Not Tanya. I don't know anything about country music.
Me neither.
But let's just say Tanya Tucker. If anyone's watching, Google it and let us know in the comments.
Any of you Star Search aficionados out there?
But Al Lubell he either won it the first year or the second. He won Star Search.
Right.
He was the champion.
And I do remember, he did make it on the Tonight Show with Johnny.
Yeah, he was on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, I think twice, 3 times, and he was definitely with David Letterman.
Right.
And he has such an off-kilter style of comedy, very dry wit, very funny. He's like a thinker's man's comic. He's a comics comic where you dissect his material,
right?
And you say, "Wow, this freaking dude's brilliant." And a lot of his stuff is really brilliant, but he's also fearless in that he's not afraid to fail. And he would go out there and he would oftentimes,
right,
crickets, but he doesn't care. He chimes through, and then it all comes together at the end, and then he kind of takes the audience on a journey,
Right.
So then at the end, it all ties together, and you're like, oh shit! Like the audience gets blown away. So it's brilliant, and so it's good to see him touring around. He's been on the East Coast a lot. They say he's working the Comedy Cellar in Manhattan a lot. I saw him on the Broadway like last week with Janice Massetti, and now he's here on Long Island. So that's great. And we got to see too. I think Al was from Long Island. We got to let me see if
yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I didn't know.
Yeah, I think he might be a Long Island dude. I'm trying to check here.
Jeff Bosey's also from Long Island.
Jeff Bosey is a Long Islander, but I think where is he actually born and raised? Like, did he grow up anywhere? Did he grow up?
I think it was Merrick, I think. Jeff, do I have that right? He's commenting. He says one day he'll get that drink, Don.
Yeah, if you were here.
Does he owe you a drink?
I owe him one.
Oh.
I owe him 2, actually.
Wow. I'm afraid to ask why.
It's the price you pay for a BJ. I said, I'll get you a drink. He goes, it's going to take more than that. I go, 2? And he says, okay. And it was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, it's well worth it.
It's good to know.
Yeah, he got me it was top shelf.
Where are you tonight, Jeff? Why aren't you here? Unless he's out supporting a show somewhere, which is probably where he is.
Bosey's everybody should check out Jeff Bosey. He's a rising star within the scene here, but he is like really supportive of the local Long Island scene more than most. He puts a lot of effort.
The most supportive guy. Of the Long Island scene.
And he's an active comedian, and a lot of active comedians or entertainers in general are me types. Me. They don't want to share. They
Right.
don't want to give you the assist. They don't want to watch you score the goal. They want to do it all, right? But for Jeff, he wants to help you shine. And those people are rare, especially in the entertainment world. So props to Bosey on both his BJ skills and what he does for the Long Island scene.
Well, and I will say, since you're talking about how comedians are all me, well, here we go. April 1st, you can see, but it was a perfect segue because Jeff Bosey he's in this show. Friday, April 1st, in the Giggle Room at Governor's. Come check out a hilarious murder mystery show, audience interactive murder mystery show with Knock 'em Dead comedy. You will see Jeff Bosey in action. He is performing in this show with us. It's going to be great. So come check that out. Go to govs.com to see their full schedule, see what they got going on. Govs.com. You can make your reservations for all their shows as well. For the McGuire's in Bohemia, Brokerage in Belmore, and of course Governor's here in Levittown with the main stage and the Giggle Room.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this weekend. Who's right now at McGuire's tonight? Do you know, like the schedules?
Well, I know at the Brokerage is Rich Aronovich, who is hilarious. And he was nice enough to do our weekday show maybe a month ago, give or take.
Oh, cool.
We had such a great interview. He even said it to me in the middle of the whole thing. He goes, this is really going well. I go, yeah. And we were just laughing our asses off. And we don't know each other. It was just one of those things where we clicked and had a blast.
Sometimes you just hit it off. Also, if, what's her name? Linda. If she's watching, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, Linda. Linda who?
Linda, the one who interviews everyone. Why can't I think of her name?
The one who interviews everyone.
Yeah. She's never interviewed you? She's interviewed everybody. Let's see.
I'm not sure who you're talking about. Drew Frazier is playing the Brokerage tonight. Drew Frazier. And isn't...
Linda Marcus Smith.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
It's Linda Marcus Smith's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, and she's over there in Las Vegas and doing her thing. But I just wanted to wish her a birthday because she's a great woman, and I know Bosie has a little crush on her.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Bosie digs her big time.
But she has a vagina.
Well, at her age, it's like a prune. It's like a. It's a. And
I got nothing on that.
He's got the prune juice, and I guess make a good combination team there. And
She was getting all excited about the birthday wishes. She was digging it, and then said she's dried up like a prune. That was it.
Linda, she's a great person. I don't know if she's watching this or not, but if she is, happy birthday, Linda, and yeah, so it's gonna be a fun show once the guys come running in here.
We've only been on 15 minutes. We still have an hour 45 to kill.
We got stuff to definitely to talk about. But Mike Dillon was out there in the hallway. Good to see him.
Yep.
And Rob Chaffee, good to see him as well. And both of those dudes might be popping in as well. And right now the shows, the main stage and the side and the Giggle Room have both started up their shows right now. So they're actually going as we speak. So.
And Tim Thompson is playing in the Giggle Room too, and I'm a big fan of his. I've seen him live. He's great. He does a lot. He's worked with Sallie a lot, and I would love to get him in here. He's never been in here.
We gotta get him. We gotta throw the rope out and try to hook him in.
Oh, Bosie said he'll be here in 20 minutes.
All right, cool,
nice.
Yeah, good. And bring Tim Thompson with you.
Yeah, right. Yes, grab him on your way in.
Tim Thompson, I never met him either. I've known him through watching Saliani's show that he used to do here.
The Shut Up Stupid.
Shut Up Stupid. He did a lot of sketches.
Right.
And I thought he was like really funny. He was like deadpan face expressions.
Right.
Just played it perfect. Like he's really good for sketch. And then I heard his stand up is really strong. So I haven't seen his stand up.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, so I would love to check out Tim Thompson. Plus, he's friends of Saliani's friends of mine. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
and my mother's texting me. Where are your glasses? They're right here. Right here. Don's right next to me. I don't need the glasses to see anything else. There's nobody else here.
Yeah, mine are readers. I got these reading glasses.
Mine are distance, and that's what I mean. You're right next to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks when we get old.
It does suck when we get old. See, and that's been. In fact, we were just talking about that with Mike Dillon. We were saying how, if you're late to the game, he's basically saying commit suicide because nobody wants to see old men up on the stage.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Looks
Is that
like
Keith Anthony?
No,
it's not. Hey, how are you? You look lost. Are you lost?
I am lost.
What are you looking for?
Restroom.
Oh, they don't have them here. Last door on the left.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right down there.
Last
You got
row.
it. All right.
Yeah, we're live on the air right now.
on
You
the
want to
air.
come sit, or you want to pee first? And then you want to pee first and then come back?
Sure.
Yeah, why
I
not?
was going to see some of this comedy show.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
See Al Lubell.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't
all
want to
right.
miss Al Lubell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you?
I was actually on a show with him 6 years ago in
Oh.
LA.
Oh,
nice.
all right. Well, we
What's
would
your-
love to hear about it. Come back later.
What's your name?
Doyle.
Doyle.
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
that it? Just Doyle? You're just
Yeah.
afraid to give us your last name?
No, that's just singing out Sade, Oprah.
Doyle.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm not in that class, though.
We're on until 9:30 if you want to come back.
Okay.
That was Doyle, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
We're just gonna invite
that's
the-
where we're at.
We're just inviting audience members. Hey, you got a pulse? Sit down.
People asking us where the bathroom is. That's what we're down to. Well, what a great interview. What'd you talk about? Well, you asked where the bathroom is.
We talked to Doyle and we found out. Let me see if he is a comic. He said he performed with him.
What are you going to do? You're just Googling comedian Doyle?
Just Doyle and see what happens. Let's see. I'm Googling him now live on the air here. Let me go to YouTube. Sometimes you can find him on YouTube. And then we'll see if the Doyle is actually a comic from, maybe he performed with Al Lubell. it's pretty interesting because there's a lot of people coming out here just to see Al because
Oh, yeah.
he's a comic, man. People love the guy.
Nathan McIntosh, who's playing the big room, he said that to us in the hallway. He says, have you seen Al LaBelle yet? I want to say hi to him before I go on. And then he did. Then he found out he was here, and he was like rushing down to him. Did you actually find it?
There's other Doyles. None that match the face yet.
If anybody knows who that guy was, let us know.
I think it's just Doyle from up the street who just happened to have tickets for the show. He's like, I don't know, I'm a barista, but they want to have me on the show because I walked in by accident.
Well, he said he worked with him. He didn't say on stage.
Right, yeah, that's true.
He served them French fries 6 years ago and then got thrown out of the room.
We'll see if Doyle comes back. Hey, if we can make a fan out of Doyle.
If we can affect one person on this show.
Every show we make one new fan.
We make them subscribe to the channel.
Right,
You don't sit down unless you subscribe.
We need you to subscribe to all of our Facebooks and all of our YouTube pages.
We'll send you the list.
And then I'll like yours too, Doyle. We'll go sub for sub, as they say in the biz.
In the biz.
That's one thing, man. You look at our numbers on Govs Radio. They're growing, but slowly, right? So we're getting more and more people watching, but it's not where I think and I want to know what the formula is because there's other podcasts that exist. Not always comedy. They're not always doing comedy stuff, but they're doing other whatever. Like they're talking about cooking or what have you, right?
Right.
And they're getting huge numbers. So and some of them don't share and they don't have to do anything. People are just we need to figure that out. And I think that are the people that do follow us. We need to all become us one unit and do it together.
We're definitely our numbers are definitely as organic as it gets. So the deal was when the first 2 years or so that we were, since Sallie and I took over in here, the views we were going mainly by Facebook numbers, and we didn't know it at the time, but Facebook numbers were not true numbers. They were bloated. They were.
And people a number will count on it. Somebody just scrolls past it.
Right.
That counts as a number. So
Right.
the Facebook numbers could be deceiving. Like if you look at your Facebook numbers and you have 2,000 views, that's not a true 2,000
Exactly.
views.
So we didn't know that at the time. Around the time we found that out was around the time that we had shows in here that were getting us in Facebook jail. Once we ended up in Facebook jail X amount of times, then it had affected our reach on Facebook, and Facebook was not putting our shows our shows on news feeds. They weren't sending out notifications anymore. So our reach was heavily affected. So we tried then going to YouTube where we could the numbers are more realistic.
Right.
And we were trying to build it from there. Facebook has since changed their formula. Plus, Facebook, they mess with you too because they want you to buy advertising. They want you to pay for boosting to get more exposure. So they limit you, so that almost forcing you to pay for it. So which we refuse to do. So we went mainly on YouTube. We're trying to build it on YouTube, and it's been a slow process. But like you said, it's been building slowly. And asking about the process. Joe Cravella, who's a great young comedian, he's been on our weekday show. He was in here with us a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He has a brother, Nick, who runs a company that helps you with just that stuff. I had a conversation with him the other day. I'm going to try and get him involved in here to help us out with that because we can really use it.
Because, I think we have a lot of quality stuff in here. We're unique in the fact that we're backstage here at Governor's Comedy Club. I think there's a couple other clubs that have podcasts inside the club, but this is unique. This having a studio at this level, and we're right across from the green room.
Right,
comedians flow in and out of here on Saturday nights.
Well, what's Jeffrey Gurian? What club does he?
Yeah, that's the comic strip.
The comic strip.
Yeah, they have one.
Well, we were in here, and when you brought Gurian in, Did he came here first?
That-
Oh, no, you know what it was?
That comic strip one was long ago. That's been there for a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah, because Carrie Kravitz was doing stuff out of
Oh,
there.
that's true. Because he came, it was a couple of years ago, we were having a holiday party at the club.
Yeah. I brought
And it
him
was
here.
shortly before he did your show. It was before that, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I brought him here. Yeah, he was coming off my invite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I invited him. I brought, so...
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, that's why he was here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty surreal having Jeff Gurian and
Right.
Jackie the Joke Man. We're all eating like, ziti, baked ziti.
Right.
It was just fucking weird.
So when you introduced me to him, he said that he really wanted to see this.
Yeah.
And I brought him in here, and he was asking all sorts of questions. So I think it's been there, like you said, a long time. But maybe he just started running it or something.
No, he just probably just wanted to see it.
Because he was asking all sorts of questions.
He was doing it long before. Like if you watch his stuff, like he had podcasts in that back room for a long time. There's also another guy.
Maybe he was putting me on because he told me he had no idea how to do it, and he was asking me all sorts of technical questions back here and stuff.
well-
I'm gonna punch him in the face. I'm gonna cut his hair.
If you also, there's another guy that was doing podcasts right on the stage of the Laugh Factory. Is either I think it was the Laugh Factory, or
Wasn't it one of the owners or something?
not the owners. It's one of the guys. It was Mitzi Shore's ex-boyfriend from back in the day. Why can't I think of his name? He's a funny guy. He's a legend, and he does a show right on the stage there at. I think he does it at the Laugh Factory in L.A. Even though he's really affiliated with the Comedy Store, but I think he does his show, his podcast on stage. And these guys have been doing it for years and years, because with the pandemic, so many people started podcasts, and they forget that podcasts began long before that. Like I was watching, Rogan and WTF with Mark Maron and all those shows since like 2011, 2012. So these
Maron was the first, if I'm not mistaken.
no,
one of the first.
Rogan's was longer. Rogan's Maron's was born out of necessity for him because he was on, remember Air America, that radio station that was his left wing, and it went defunct, and then he was scrambling. He was like, oh my God, like I've failed. I have no money. I have no income. So what he was able to do was sneak into the old Air America studios that were now defunct and closed down. And he would bring in a producer, and they would record these podcasts like Rogue,
Right.
Like in the wee hours of the morning or whatever. They would record these things and then just start putting them out. And then he slowly built it up. And then, years later,
It was definitely the first to blow up.
his was definitely one of the first ones to really mainstream. And he had a president. He had Obama, because Obama was one of the first presidents to embrace social media, embrace podcasts, and do all those things. And so he was on Matt Maron's show. And some people say that's when Maron jumped the shark. He got too big. And then he's still doing great. I mean, he's a great interviewer. he's a I call him like biography interviewers. He'll take you. So tell me, where were you born, and what'd your parents do for a living? And he really gets into all of that. Where you get a guy like Rogan, he's not interested in that. Rogan just wants to get to, first of all, wherever the day takes you. He just opens up a conversation. Sometimes he'll have talking points, but a lot of times he just flows wherever it's going to go, and it's more. And Rogan will say this too. It's more in the style of Opie and Anthony, where it's just a hang session.
It's more of a conversation. Where Maron's more of an interview.
Yeah, Maron's going to break it down. He's going to go through your bio, and he's going to break it down. And only certain people can do bio interviews and make them interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got to be the right person. Maron could do it with anyone. He can interview you or I, and who, relative unknowns, right? But he can make us interesting.
Relative?
Yeah. Well, your family knows who you are.
They want to know where my glasses are.
Yeah. But if you, like... It's very hard. Like if I was to interview, like, if you interview, I don't know, Jeff Bosey, and where are you? No one cares. No offense to Jeff Bosey. Nobody cares where he's born and raised, and his life story. Not yet. Don't care about that when he makes it. Right. So with a guy like Bosey, you just want to get his opinion on stuff. You just want to talk to him about the world and kind of gauge his personality and see what comes out of him in that way. But Maron has that gift, and you see a lot of interviewers that think that's what you have to do. Oh, I have to go dig into this guy's bio. Not always. It doesn't always work. Nobody gives a shit.
Right. Yep.
Like, there's some people, you just don't give a shit. I saw an interview with somebody who's interviewing the actor Eddie Munster. And this is
okay.
recently. So
Right.
Eddie Munster today, he's guy's like, fucking 75 years old.
Butch Patrick.
Butch Patrick. And here's Butch Patrick, hasn't done shit since the 1960s or whatever. He's just sitting there, hey, how you doing? And it's like, so Butch, you grew up in, in Brooklyn. Is that true? Who gives a fuck?
Right.
If I'm talking to Butch Patrick, I'll talk about the Munsters. But then what I'm going to ask him is, tell me about being a has-been at 15. Right. Like seriously, like. So
you peaked at the age of 10.
Like, tell me about that trauma.
Right.
Like why so many young actors are drug addicts and they're fucking suicidal and they're all fucked up because they peak at such a young age and then they're has-beens. Imagine being a has-been is never easy at any age, but imagine being a kid.
Right.
You're like 15 years old and you're over, you can't get cast anymore and
Tell me what it's like to peak at the 10, like you said, but still cash in off of it your whole life and make a living from it.
If he had a good agent.
Well, right.
Because back then, he might not have a deal.
There may have been a little period there where he wasn't doing anything, but eventually, I mean, that's all you see when you see these conventions or what, his name is always there. He's always on a talk show. He figured out a way to make it work.
Well, trust me.
Tell me about that.
Yeah,
that's the stuff I want to know.
Exactly. And trust me, he's not, and I would say this to him too. I go, you are not going to these conventions because you love going to these conventions.
Right.
You're going to these conventions because you have to pay the bills, man.
Right. You're telling the same old stories from 50 years ago, and people are paying for it, so you're doing it.
Imagine
all the power to you.
Dude, imagine your whole career. Think about what you did at 10 and 11 years old, right? Like, let's just say you hit the big home run in baseball in Little League. Imagine living your entire life on that home run.
Right.
Dude, that sucks. What kind of life is that?
Right. Well, but who knows? Maybe he'll say, no, I had a great life because I haven't had to work a 9-to-5 job. I just get to walk around and talk about the Munsters. And he made I'm assuming he's made a living off of it. Like the Bradys. The Bradys, those kids have made a living off of just doing the stupidest shit.
I gotta tell you my story about the Brady Bunch.
You have a Brady Bunch story?
Cousin Oliver, dude.
We were just talking about him on our show the other day. Do you have an access to him? Did you talk to him?
I have.
I want to get him on the show.
So Robbie Risk, what's his name?
That's his name?
Robbie. Yeah, hold on, I got his name because I'll show you. So, all right.
And he was on my favorite episode of What's Happening also.
Oh, it's Robbie something. I can't think. If somebody know, if anyone's watching, just tell us.
Cousin Oliver, what's his name?
So it's Robbie something, Robbie Risk or Robbie Risk or something like. Anyway, so my grandfather. This is all true. So you can find this on YouTube right now if you check it.
I can find your grandfather on YouTube?
Yeah, you can find him. So if you go on,
this is what your father's,
my mother's father.
Your mother's father. Okay.
Who I'm a chip off the block of this guy. Like he was an actor.
Oh.
He was a poet. He was
wow.
He was in Operation. You ever see that movie Operation Petticoat? It's an old movie.
I remember the title, but I don't.
Cary Grant's in it. He was in a movie with Cary Grant.
Wow.
Yeah, my mother when she was little has pictures with her with Cary Grant.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I did not know this.
So my grandfather was in a commercial with Robbie Risk, whatever his name is, and
Cousin Oliver,
and you can find it on YouTube. But it's on my Don Sill YouTube page, and it says my grandfather. Hey, here he is. Hey, Bossy. Hey, I'm just getting into my Robbie. Do you know the Cousin Oliver's real name? Thank you, brother. No. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Jeff Bosey is in the house, folks.
Hi. Oh, look, I'm sorry. I'm dropping your thing. That's called a phone.
No,
hi. How are you?
All right, Jeff, come a little closer to Don, please. Perfect.
All right, so
is that all right, you guys?
Robbie Wrist.
You good?
Yes, she is Elizabeth Batapede.
Robbie Wrist. Okay.
Robbie Wrist. So
Thank you, Liz.
So if you go on my Don Sill YouTube page and you'll see there's something that says my grandfather in a McDonald's commercial. Okay, so my grandfather was in the very first Quarter Pounder commercial. So when the Quarter Pounder
is history.
Yeah, when the Quarter Pounder first came out, and you guys could see his Robbie Risk's comments too. So if we go in there, you could see it. So anyway, Robbie Risk. So this commercial and this is what I was getting at with telling you about how to get things to go viral. I've never promoted this video ever, and it's got like I don't know thousands and thousands of views.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, Robbie Risk was a little boy. It was before he was Cousin Oliver. It was before he ruined the Brady Bunch. He did this commercial with my grandfather, and it's the very first Quarter Pounder commercial. So when the Quarter Pounder was just first coming out. Now, my grandfather doesn't have any lines, but he talks about it to me through the years. He'd be like, Donnie, I had to take a bite out of so many fucking hamburgers. I'm like, why? He's like, well, you take a bite out of one, then they want to do another take. You got to throw it in the garbage, and they give you a brand new sandwich, and you got to do it again and again. So he would always bitch about all of that.
Right.
So anyway, so I posted this video, and then Robbie Risk commented. And
he commented on it?
He goes, what's your grandfather's name? So I told him the name, and then he told me something along the lines of, is that the Don Sill or the Donald? Are you on the YouTube? Go on the YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Tony's pulling it up right now.
I'm trying. No guarantees, but I'm trying.
YouTube, and then go to Don Sill. So anyway, Robbie Risk tells me, and I think he's full of shit. I think he's actually fucking with me. He starts to play it up like this commercial was so important to McDonald's brand and all this stuff. You gotta read the comment. Hold on, if you get there. So
are you sure it's him?
Yeah, click on that little bar there, the menu.
The search?
No, that one, under that. Yeah, that.
Oh, this?
And then go to most popular.
Okay.
And then you'll see. So you see that Ali. I never promoted any of these videos, and look at all the numbers.
I love your Ali story.
So if you scroll down, yeah, that's one of the
there it
days.
is. All right.
So that's when he did the magic trick and the Ali one. So okay, so
All right,
here's.
no, hang on. I gotta see if I can. Well, first let me get rid of this ad. But I got to see if I can get it to work so that we can so that the viewers can actually watch it too.
Yeah. So if you're watching,
give me a second.
All the viewers watching today.
Yes.
Jeff, Post,
how you doing?
Yeah, good.
I would have been here sooner. Sorry, but I was having a thing of prune juice at home.
I still gotta.
Yes. I know. Eventually, one day. Hey, listen. I don't know if you guys had a chance, but do you know that there's like another famous comedian tonight?
Al Lubell.
Besides Al Lubell.
Who else?
Jeff Bosey?
No, well, besides that, stop. No, there's actually something Doyle.
That's good.
Yes!
That's good.
Doyle is here, everybody.
Well played, Jeff Bosey. Well played.
We gotta get Doyle on the show, man.
All right, bear with me. I think I got this to work.
All right, cool. So
we're gonna. All right, let me see if I.
So this is it's my grandfather with Robbie Risk, the AKA Cousin Oliver.
Right.
Before he was Cousin Oliver,
Right.
in this very first Quarter Pounder commercial.
Here we
from
go.
McDonald's.
Here it is. So that's him in the car?
That's my grandfather in the car. That's Robbie Risk.
Yeah, that's definitely Cousin Oliver, yeah.
Yeah.
That's your grandfather?
That's my grandfather.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's gonna bite the burger, and that's the bite that he had to do 100 takes. So now, if you go to the comments, you might be able to find the Robbie. There's a ton of comments on these things, and again, I never promote this shit. All the videos I don't promote really do well. It's the ones I promote.
Can you stop promoting?
I know, that's why
videos. Stop promoting them.
So if you go to the
all right, let's see. Let me.
You might have to go back to my page again. Oh, okay, yeah. So go underneath down there, and subscribe while you're at it. No,
actually, well, I'm not signed in.
No, don't worry about it.
Now, I'm just Cousin Oliver from
the Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah,
like when they went downhill.
Yeah,
Good,
he's the one that killed it. He killed the Brady. He jumped the shark. He was one that jumped the shark. So, Cousin Oliver, remember he was like the Jinx. Remember the Jinx episode where he would just mess everything up, and they called him a Jinx. He said, "I'm a Jinx." I was like, "Yeah, you jinxed the whole show, you little bastard." But anyway, Robbie Risk. I'm trying to get him to do a Conversations because he communicated with me first.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Oh yeah, there it is.
So he says, "What was your grandfather's name?" His name was Andrew Schlanger. And he told stories about how many bites he had to take and how many burgers they went through. LOL. He said you were great to work with. Robbie says, I really liked him. You said that was pretty much the only thing he did. He was a career Navy man and got lucky with that commercial. I believe that was the first commercial for the Quarter Pounder, too. Robbie Risk says, know this commercial is one of the most successful I ever worked on. It ran for 3 years. Then it was received so well that the parent company used the spot internally to train their ad department how to do it right. And your grandfather is a part of that.
Aww.
Kick ass, right? He actually says that. Kick ass, right? You said, that is so awesome to hear. Funny you used the word awesome.
Go figure.
That is so awesome to hear. I never knew that. That just made everything so much cooler. You rock.
No, you rock.
Here's where I think he's fucking with me.
So then he says, your granddad, in a small way, helped McDonald's become the fast food juggernaut. Go the late 70s and 80s. Kind of nutty. That's
Wow,
what
you
he
had like
says.
a whole back and forth.
He said my grandfather. Yeah, so I communicated with Robbie Rist through that messaging.
He's still alive.
And now he's performing music. This is him now. This is
Oh,
Robbie
all right.
Rist. Yeah.
All right, hang on. Now, all right, let me get this back up on the thing, and I'll show this to everybody. This video is with one of Mike Nesmith's kids.
Yeah, he performs music now.
Yeah.
And he also does other stuff. I think he does voiceover work and all this shit. I'm trying to get him to do Conversations. I sent him an email. He hasn't responded. So we'll see if he's too big for me.
So wait, hold on. So he's doing like music videos. So it's kind of like a whole thing of like, where are they now? And because they couldn't make it fully in life, so he's like kind of like a Corey Feldman story.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Only he
Thank God.
Only he wasn't molested by
Michael Jackson.
No, yeah, he probably was molested by Michael Jackson. But also Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
Yeah.
Well, Corey Haim, I think more so, was molested allegedly
Right.
by
Epstein.
Charlie Sheen.
Oh, okay. Charlie
Right.
Sheen.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
I've heard
Really?
that,
Charlie
yeah.
Sheen. Wow.
Yeah.
Like did bumps of coke off of his ass. Yeah,
All right,
insane.
I'm going to play this commercial.
Now we know he has AIDS. and
this
died.
video.
Yeah.
So, the guy playing guitar behind him is Michael Nesmith's, one of his sons. So this is like Has-Been City over there. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys hear it?
I hear it loud and clear.
I hear it.
Okay, all right, good. This is a Van Halen song. Well, at least Van Halen did it. I don't know if it's their tune. But. Could this be magic? Could this be love?
Robbie Rist. I'm telling you, man.
Wow.
Are we playing this whole thing?
I hope
No?
not.
Okay, good.
I was good until like the first chord.
Unless Elizabeth Batterpede wants to hear more. I think she's... How many people we got watching right now? Hey,
how you
how's it
doing?
going, man? Everyone, if you're watching, just give us a quick hello, and we'll say hello back.
All right, let me know if you did. Did you guys hear it? I think I had trouble getting the video on.
I heard the song through the thing.
You heard it? All right, good
Dylan.
enough. Well, all right. Sorry, Jeff. Let me play it again
No problem.
because I think I know what I did wrong. So let me. Yeah. All right. Yes. Now you guys will see the
All right,
video.
so
I want them to see what Robbie Rist looks like.
30 seconds of love.
Here's what Robbie Rist looks like now. He looks like an older version of himself. He really.
Still with the glasses?
He still has the glasses.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So that's Robbie Rist.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's right. It could be. La la la.
All right.
Well,
there you go. Enough of that.
now
There you
now
go.
my night is fulfilled. I mean, to think that I had an enjoyable day going to my son's friend's 10-year-old birthday party kind of thing, and I had to be surrounded by kids that like just and like.
Videos here
right.
in delay.
Let's-
So
In delay world. Here we go once again. Boop boopy doop.
I think it's working. I don't even know.
I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but Don is in his glory with this song. I think he probably has a CD in his car, and when he goes home and he plays, "Could This Be Magic?" on the LIE.
No audio, says John.
Jacqueline,
So you didn't hear it at all? I've played it 3 times now. You guys didn't hear it at all?
you don't know what you're missing. I think if you haven't heard
On the
What did
Testes
you...
Test 3.
I see our levels are going,
Right, so that's why I'm confused,
and I'm
too.
hearing it in the headset, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not... I have my audio up on YouTube, and I'm not
Papa,
hearing it on
can
my
you
phone.
hear me?
Yeah, I'm not hearing it on my phone either.
Oh, no. Well,
I see our levels are going. Ah, there we
yeah,
go.
okay, so we're good.
And I'm hearing it in the headset.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not. I have my audio up.
I think
Only we're down to 2 people watching right now. Yeah, I'm not hearing it on my phone either.
where did they go? Maybe because you played that commercial.
If you watch,
And I'm not because of like copyright infringement, just
sound again. Sorry, I don't know what is happening here.
The sound of silence. Anyone have closed captions? Okay.
Turn up the volume. I get thumbs up. I get thumbs down.
We'll try to figure this out and see what's going on.
My apologies. I don't know what's happening.
Well, as long as we get it ironed out before.
It's the little kid. He's bad. He's Jinx. He's a Jinx.
He's a Jinx.
I told you.
Robbie, I don't know what is happening here.
You knew the deal.
Sound of silence. Anyone have closed captions? Okay.
On Robbie Jinx. I mean Robbie Kinks. Robbie Links. What's his name?
Wrist.
Robbie. Oh, even better. Robbie
like
Wrist. That's what I sound like when I'm like alone in my room. What are you doing? Playing with my Robbie Wrist. So trying to get it all worked up and everything. I got the best forearms because of Robbie Wrist. So he has an OnlyFans. Go check it out. You know?
Robbie Wrist has a OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Him and we're back. Elizabeth
Good. We're
Battersea
back.
says we are back.
We're good. We're back.
And Ann Walker says to go.
Yes.
So I think we're good. We're in the pocket. People are watching. We have one person watching, and we're doing it all for you, Elizabeth Battersea.
Yes. You know, I'm really pissed off that you just blew off Doyle like that earlier. All he wanted to do was find out where the bathroom was, and he didn't even come back. You know, I was like, go Team Doyle, but where is he?
Where the hell did Doyle go?
I don't know.
Dude, that's the mystery of the day. What happened to Doyle?
He went to the bathroom. Maybe he fell in. I don't know. I'm not even going to bother to go see if he fell in and, just got wrapped up in toilet paper and excited.
If I'm going to name this episode, it's going to be called Where's Doyle?
Where's Doyle?
Yeah. Because he should be here.
That's such a horrible Irish last name. What's your last name? Doyle.
We got a cameo from him, just like it was almost as exciting as the Dice cameo when Dice waved to us.
How you doing? Go fuck yourself.
No, he actually said, what did he say? Have a nice night, I think he said.
Yeah, he waved
And
to
you
us
take
and
care too.
Yeah. But that day we had, what's her name in here?
Elizabeth, Eleanor Kerrigan.
Eleanor Kerrigan,
Yes.
who was great.
Yes.
And that's like, she tours with him and all that. And she was awesome.
Hey, and we got the wave and that little have a nice night from Dice, even though he was yelling at somebody earlier to get out of his green room.
Yeah.
And he still waved to us. So I was honored.
So now, has anybody else come in here since I decided to have a moment of prune juice with Linda Marcus Smith?
Since Doyle asked us where the bathroom is? No.
Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry.
But
But
see, if we see Mike Dillon walk by, maybe we'll grab him. and
He
get
did
him.
walk by a minute ago, didn't
Yeah.
he?
he didn't walk back. That's what's scary. You know?
He was
It's like
getting
the old
his
He might have
exercise.
went around to the main room. But all the comedians that we saw today said they would come in. So, but after
Yep.
their set, so it's already going on 8:30.
So should I? Would you like me to go see if I can grab one? Does it matter who it is? I mean, does like Rob Chaffee?
Oh,
or,
you know what?
Who?
We want Tim Thompson in here.
You want Tim Thompson?
He's never been in here.
All right, I'll go grab Tim
Thompson
Thompson.
will be great, and of course Al Lubell is the big.
You got everything else set up for over here? If they
Oh,
come
I'm
in?
all set, man.
Okay, well then let's go get Tim Thompson. 955. No, anyways.
Al Lubell's the big fish.
Yeah, of
But,
course.
Tim Thompson, looking forward to meeting him and talking to him. He's been on the Long Island scene for a while, I'd say.
Thompson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would say he's been around a while.
Good dude.
Yeah, I love his act. I think he's very funny. All right, I hope it's. I'm just going to double check because now I'm worried that it's.
I think
that
we're
gonna
back.
Lose it. Yeah, I would think so because
Yeah.
nobody's saying
Elizabeth
anything.
gave us the middle finger. So that's nice.
Okay, yeah.
And-
I think-
Yeah.
okay.
So now technical difficulties.
My apologies. I don't know what happened.
You gotta love it, man. What is this thing called? Wirecast?
It's called Wirecast. Yep, that allows us to do all of our streaming and put the graphics up and take all the phone. Well, yeah. Then this board, the phone calls come come in through here? Oh, here comes. Oh, here they are.
Hey, here he is, Tim Thompson.
Very
How you
nice.
doing, buddy?
Tim Thompson is
welcome,
here.
welcome. Come on in.
Come on in. Yeah, have a seat.
Any one of these.
Have a seat right there. I'm going to move my thing. Thank you very much.
Have a seat, man. Good to see you, dude.
Good to see you, man.
Nice to meet you.
What's up, man?
personally.
How are you? Good to see you.
How are you?
Good.
Are you guys on right now? Or?
We're
Yeah,
live
we're
right
Oh my
now.
God! All right.
Did you go up yet?
I did. Yes.
How'd it go?
Oh, it went well. Yeah. It's we're in the giggle room, and it was just me and Al LaBelle, the legend.
Legendary Al LaBelle,
Nice.
man. Yeah, man.
How did it? And not that you don't deserve it, but I'm curious how this happened because it was advertised as Rob was doing it, and all of a
Yes.
sudden, and it's
Well,
great.
Rob was just
opportunity.
producing it, like so. He asked me to do, the time.
So
up
it was
front,
Rob's. So it's Rob's gig, and he producing it. So he actually called you and said, "I'd like you to open."
I
for
want
Al."
you to he didn't call me. He busts into my room. I wake up and he's over me, and I'm like, oh no, the specter of death. Like, no, it's just me, Rob. I'm like, oh no, the specter of death. Like, I'm sorry, I see your career, Rob, behind you. So I just figured it was here to kill me.
Oh, snap. Wow. Nicely.
No?
Wow.
Is that-
Did
Is
you
that
know?
mean? No, I don't understand. People are so nice now. I feel like I'm out of place. I'm like the caveman still trying to roll a wheel, and everyone's driving past me.
Everyone's driving electric cars.
Yeah, the electric's trying to steal my soul.
Hey, did you know Al before, like personally
I've
know
worked a
him?
few. I'm not that close, but yeah, I did a few shows with him years ago because he's I think he's been actually in England for a while.
Yes, yeah.
And then he went to
Edinburgh.
LA, and then I think he was stuck out in LA during the whole quarantine situation. So he's only been in New York for maybe a year. But I knew him a little bit. I mean, I always look at him in awe. Like, he's just coming up like, I knew Johnny Carson. It seems like,
yeah, I know, right? That's crazy.
It's like, that guy touched Frank Sinatra. That guy knew Johnny Carson. That man made out with Jake Busey. These are the greatest people on earth. Is he a good kisser? His mouth is huge.
he could swallow someone's face.
He could.
Yeah, he
I'm just talking about Jake, not even Gary. The dental bill alone in that family is...
the Busey dental bill.
Oh, my
through the
Lord,
roof.
it's ridiculous. Don't give them...
The dentist loves when they come.
Yeah,
Set aside a couple hours.
More tappy horse mouth. There you go.
Dude, so I'm a fan of you, man, because I saw you on Shut Up Stupid, and you did a lot of episodes with Tim Saliani.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah, thank
yeah, I
you.
loved all your work
Loved him.
on that. Yeah, man. Good
And I
stuff.
was there. I saw one of his Shut Up Stupid live shows at McGuire's, and you were fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Loved it.
Yeah, was I drinking?
Isn't that a given?
I was in public, wasn't I? It's a problem. We can elaborate.
And are you doing the podcast? Are you and...
Well, Tim and I have been working on. We're going to do something. Just hey, your name's Tim. My name is Tim. Maybe we'll do something together. It's just that simple.
Two guys named Tim.
Oh, yeah. Tale of Two Tims. We were trying to get. We were sued by the Dickens people, and so we worry about that estate. They visit us with 3 ghosts. Like, the specter of death.
Are you guys going to do more sketches with this Tim?
I think so. We're still playing around with the idea.
Oh, so it hasn't even started yet.
We haven't started. We did one
that's what I
guest
thought.
show. We
Okay.
did, and one kind of experimental, just to see how it worked. And we're working with the format. We wanted a little tighter and something because we did something where we're just talking about things that happened in 1986. We were just talking about all the great things that happened in 1986.
That's a big year. Big year for
The Mets
sports.
won.
Yeah.
The Mets won, and
Sports
it's
is
just
like nuts.
entertainment alone, like the amazing show, from Back to the Future to everything. Like if you look back and look at it, and then we did 3 hours. Like who the hell is it? I don't know if I can
3
curse
hours
on
of
it.
1980. Yeah, you can
How
curse.
old were
Yeah.
you in 1986?
I was
You got to be younger than me.
6. I was 6.
Yeah,
6 or 7. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I was 15.
The records weren't kept very well.
It was a great,
back then, really.
great year. So yeah, Karate Kid came out in 86.
Karate Kid too. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, the
So-
glory of
Karate
love.
Kid, the glory of love.
Yeah, that was the song from the movie.
Huey
Wasn't it?
Lewis.
You guys
Few
looked at me
bars
like
for me.
He loves Huey Lewis. He's a big.
You love Huey Lewis.
Yeah, he was big in
He
86.
sang "Glory of Love," right?
No.
Who sang "Glory of Love"?
Peter Cetera sang Glory of Love. Huey Lewis would never sing such a bad song.
Don't
as
you
Glory of
feel stupid?
Yeah.
Or relieved?
Shame on you.
Are you relieved now? Kind of happy I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm like now that he said Peter Cetera, I'm like, oh yeah, Peter Cetera.
I'm the geek in this room. Don't you forget it.
Wait, was Peter Cetera with the Thundercats? I don't know who Peter is.
He was the
The
lead.
Thunder. Remember those guys?
Yes, I remember.
He roomed with Panthro, right? I don't.
They were the Thunderbirds. They
Well,
had
he
that- they had that-
helped wiped up Shatera whenever she was menstruating.
Yeah, well, that lucky such and such.
Peter Cetera was with Chicago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He was the lead singer of Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I remember
alright.
he did Gloria Love. Those were his oddball years. But that song was a huge hit. It was. It was
Right.
1986.
That's
wasn't
why
it?
I said it. You said
Yeah,
Karate
yeah.
Kid 2. That was the song.
But
from
Huey
it.
Lewis was huge in 86.
Huey Lewis was huge in 86.
And the
yes.
News.
And the News.
All of them. They were great.
Yes.
It was a great time.
Hang
Bad
out.
for you. I mean, I think Huey Lewis is like completely deaf now. Like, that happens to
Oh,
so many
wow.
musicians.
Yeah,
Isn't
well,
that
it's
the most
the-
depressing thing? Like,
Yep.
they
It
can't-
is.
yeah.
I mean, at least he made his millions. And now he can just go enjoy it.
But when you see guys like that, they can't hear.
But I
they
still
spend
want
their
a
whole
new
life-
drug, damn it!
So you're 6 years old in 86. Do you remember 86 or you just look back at 86?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember I asked to leave the room after the Challenger, and I said something stupid.
Oh, yeah. The Challenger was 86.
I was in, yeah, kindergarten. Yeah, like,
Wow.
just-
You said something stupid?
oh, I said something stupid.
Did you watch
Come
it
on.
on TV in school like I did?
They wheeled the
Yeah, that's
TV
what they
in.
did
We
for
were all
me.
watching it.
Come
and
on,
then
tell us what you said.
Oh, I think I said, "Are they all right?" What happened?
Oh, she didn't say anything mean.
Well, no, the teacher knew me so well; she knew this was going to go bad. Like, get
So
get
you
the
were
hell
at
outta
6
here.
years old
Yeah.
being a wise ass. You were like being
No,
sarcastic.
stop.
Like,
No,
are they all
awful.
right?
They all right? Is that normal?
Are they
up
going to be
there?
okay?
Hey,
Doesn't look like the moon.
is it raining men? Is that? Hallelujah!
6 years old.
I was not.
Just
Yeah,
like, Tim, get out of here.
yeah. PS 102. that-
All the
that
rest of the kids are
Brooklyn,
crying and you're cracking jokes.
That teacher hated me. I remember she was evil. She was, it's so
She was
weird.
evil.
No, she was an awful one. Her name was Mrs. Callis. It's like something.
Wow.
There you go.
Well,
Can't
there you
make
go.
that
The
up.
name.
Oh,
No,
Name
no,
was
she-
Callous. Come on,
Yeah.
she was callous.
Holy
You know
crap.
how bad it is? Like, you're 6 and you have a mortal enemy in her 50s. It was rough. I couldn't tell my mom about it. Like, I got this woman paddling with me. Yeah.
Callis hates me.
She did hate me. She actually hit me like in the hallway. Like, no one was around. She looked around, like, hit me.
Come on, really?
Yeah, I didn't tell my mom because I did something to cause her to hit me.
damn.
It was something bad. But,
Man, she earned that name. She earned the name Callis.
terrible.
Holy
woman.
cow.
She retired that year. She said she blamed me. Like,
So 1986
Yeah.
was also that.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the
You know,
year of
Karate
Mrs.
Kid.
The retirement of Mrs.
Yeah.
Callis.
And
Power
Huey
of
Lewis.
Love.
Wasn't
Power
there
of Love.
wasn't there a comedian with the last name Callis?
Oh, really? Karis? There's a.
Karavis?
Wasn't there a Charlie Callis?
I don't know.
Are you thinking of Alex Karras, the former football player who was the dad on
The
Webster?
dad on Webster? No, I'm not. I'm thinking of.
Then why not? You should always be thinking about Alex
What
Karras.
if this comedian
Dad
is
Webster.
his
Oh my
teacher?
God.
Wouldn't that be some crazy shit?
My
I
lord.
would swear there was a comedian. Yeah, Charlie Callis.
Charlie Callis.
Let's see, Wikipedia.
With a K?
No, with a C. It's this guy. You
Your
guys,
fans
come
must
on, you
love
guys
when-
remember this guy?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
it. Charlie
yeah.
Callis.
Yeah,
Good
all
call.
right.
Good call.
Wow, all right.
So Charlie Callis, but that he wasn't.
Here's the
related.
technology now. You get on your cell phone to show a camera, they show it.
It was
Yeah.
last minute. It's not like it was planned. I'm justifying myself like
So-
crazy in it.
Sorry.
There's a whole set list where you go ahead and it's like, okay, we got to check all this. Make sure you have a picture of Charlie Callis. Got it.
Exactly.
You know,
You never know when you're gonna need a picture of Charlie Callis.
I have one in the bedroom just in case. You know,
Right next to your picture of Linda.
Linda Marcus Smith. Yeah, and then I make sure she. I between that and then now I have calluses.
Yeah.
So.
Well, which one do you kiss goodnight first?
Well, you know, that's kind of like between me, Linda, and Joey.
Of course.
You know?
He worked with Mel Brooks, Jerry Lewis, Dean Martin.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was great back
No,
in the day. He used to have the
huge.
hat and he'd do the funny dance.
Yes, right.
Passed away 3 years ago.
2011.
I was close.
Wow, all right. Who would you say the equivalent to him is now who's still
Jeff
working?
Bosey.
Jeff Bosey. That's-
No.
They don't have much physical comedy like that anymore.
No, there's not,
really.
right? I
No.
can't think of anybody.
There's got to be, like, you could say, not Drew Carey, Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps somebody like that. But
He
there's
was,
not a lot of physical comics around now. We need more of them. So aspiring comedians
We need more
watching,
clowns. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah, just
Okay,
kinda
got
get
it.
Well, pratfalls are always funny. I mean, that's something that's international.
Yeah.
Everyone, like the Jerry Lewis is huge because of
In France,
so-
yeah.
It
Yeah,
just-
like I said.
And Liz Batapie says Tim is funny.
Oh, thank you, Liz.
Yes.
Nice.
That's actually a bot that I created. Thank you, Liz. Yeah. Do you worry about bots in your life? You just like
Constantly.
yeah.
I think actually we have one on the bottom there. Jerry Lahane. Hey, crazy old Long Islanders, Charlie Callis spit on. Charlie Callis
Spittoon?
spittoon.
Yeah. Ting. Yeah, there you
D and Danny and Tom.
That's DJ D Love.
Oh, DJ D Love is in the house.
Yeah.
Hello, DJ D Love. Is
You love it.
that what Ellis Island changed your name to? That's
But that's crazy. I
But-
never really thought about the impact of 1 year, and that 1 year is 1986.
huge year.
It's crazy when you
Yeah.
think about it. It's
What was a
nuts.
big year for you? You think like just what influenced you?
For
like,
me, 1989 was pretty big.
pretty big. What happened that year?
1989, I graduated high school.
Okay,
Wow, you're
that's
old.
huge. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, 88 was a better year because that's what I think the first time I had sex.
Yeah. But you didn't graduate that year, but the next super
I-
senior year, that's when you got it.
But no, I don't know. Like, has there been other monumental years in history like 86 was? You know, like if you think about everything that happened in 1986, from movies to music to like it was just everything.
And in New York with
Mrs.
with
Callis
also the Mets winning. and
Yeah,
That's a big deal for me.
It was huge.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what other years?
But I think it depends on your age too, right? I mean, like I'm sure a lot of people talk about '96 when the Yankees won, and
Yeah.
and then they have their music from that year in big movies, right? I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a generational thing.
Well, I think it's ending. I think because of the way the
world?
society has
yeah.
like entertainment is so fractured now that no one has these tentpole movie or something that's a keystone moment. Everyone saw this one movie.
Right.
But no, you
right.
don't have to do it. Everyone has every different type of streaming, or you watch YouTube, you follow. So there's no big song of the summer. That's
Right.
gone. There's no big movie.
Right.
Like there's no TV show everyone's watching. But we have more freedom. But also we were also kind of fractured. in
I
a
mean, well,
way.
like you didn't think that the big song of the summer is WAP? I mean, come on, that was
that was you know what?
You know,
a
I mean-
huge song. That was.
I
like,
mean, that made my pussy wet. I mean,
but
You made your prune wet.
you got my prune wet.
I like
yeah.
the Kids Bop version better.
we've
I'm
talked.
not lying. I think there is one. They
we've-
changed it up a bit. You got to find that later.
We've talked about
Find
it.
on your phone and show it to the camera.
Oh, I have plenty of pictures of Jeff's pussy on my phone.
Last evening here at Governor.
We're talking about the movie Batman, the Michael Keaton one.
Yeah.
Like what an
Loved it.
event that was. The
1989.
the line
That was
wrapped
huge.
around the
That's a
building.
good one. Yeah, that
Like,
was
You
huge.
don't have those events anymore like that.
That was
where-
89
Yeah.
That was 89, yeah.
or 88.
89. No, it was
Yeah,
89. Yeah.
Well, all right. So in '88, you had the Naked Gun, where you had all the people wrapped around the
Well, don't-
building to see the
Don't,
Naked Gun.
don't forget that, like ticket sales were about $30 cheaper back then. So I mean, come on.
Yeah, but
it
because
was
of
a-
streaming and stuff, you don't. They're
With
not big
inflation,
events
it's
anymore.
probably comparative, but they're exactly.
We
I
might
mean,
not ever see the Star Wars
Right,
era again,
right.
like their first movies,
Right.
you know, in the 70s.
Or even the prequels were giant. I mean,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
might have been crap, but everyone came out for it.
Right.
Everyone- It was events.
And now to see the good stuff that they're putting out the TV series, you just stay home.
You don't have to go
watch that.
anywhere.
Or
Right.
if you do, you pre-buy the ticket, and then you go there. You have an
Right.
assigned seat now because they have the stadium.
Right,
seats.
you don't have to wait in line.
You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to like rush to get to your seat because you already have it.
Right.
So it's different.
come
in-
out and they'll
in-
bring you the food.
in a better way,
Right.
but there is magic that's lost.
Absolutely. I used to love sitting online waiting to get concert tickets because you'd hang out with your buddies and stuff.
Yeah.
Or even I used to go online in the middle of the night for Mets tickets when they were going on sale. And you get your beach chair, you hang out with your friends, you hang out all night, and we're just waiting to get the tickets. I used to have a blast.
Yeah, man.
And that stuff's all gone. I miss it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff. That
Will you guys hang out with me in the middle of the night?
that this generation's never going to know. There's so many things that they're never going to know. And I feel like the old guy all the time. When I try to explain it to my kids, I'm like, oh, you guys, with this phones, you Google everything. You don't know what the inside of a library looks like. And I feel like...
Yeah, but do you remember when you were a kid when someone explained it to you? Like, we used to follow the trucks that would blow the insecticide in their faces. And right at buzzing, it was the funniest thing. And the first one whose left side went numb, you would hit him with rocks until he woke up and he didn't remember where he lived. And then he worked at the gas station the rest of his life. And it was beautiful.
it was great. That's how you got to do
Great,
it,
yeah.
kid.
That was living.
That was living.
It is crazy. Like, they're going to have their things. But, like, another weird thing about this generation versus ours, right, is when we grew up, with, like, they had cable and stuff, but you still appreciated the older shows. Like, you would watch Three Stooges or Abbott and Costello reruns, old karate movies, whatever was on the
Cousin Oliver.
Cousin Oliver, pretty much. But ultimately, we knew about culture, pop culture from our generations beforehand. These kids have no clue You could ask some kids today about Star Wars, and they won't have a clue who.
So what you're trying to say is that they should all be like lemons and find a cliff.
Right.
Just let them just get one by one and like, no, because I saw it on the YouTube. They say you survive if you walk off the cliff. Just let them go.
Well, I blame the schools for not teaching Norman Lear in school. You know, they should
They
know
should.
these things.
I think they should.
But also, here's the thing: like, you got to think about. I have nostalgia for the generation before me's nostalgia. I mean, the things I grew up with, this nostalgia, is the Brady Bunch movie that was made for a generation before me.
Exactly.
I had to watch the reruns, and I was forced to suffer the nostalgia. That became my nostalgia, and then I got upset with the new generation because they have a choice now.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a goddamn choice. You don't have to sit there doing a rate delay and watch My Mother the Car. You can watch whatever. You can watch your friend making millions of dollars on a
It's so
video.
true. So
yeah,
true.
The Flying Nun.
Yeah.
They don't have to sit through that.
You know what movies that came out when I grew up? Car 54. I had no attention to that, but it was forced upon us. We had to deal, and then. Listen, the nostalgia we give them now, like 21 Jump Street, it's entertaining. At least it's different. Like that's my thing. But I mean, we still force every kid to watch Ninja Turtles, and that's something that will not stop.
They're rebooting it again. There's another.
Why not?
Really? Again?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Like just like some sort of like like Chinese water torture thing. Just make them watch the movie Garbage Pail Kids over and over and over again. Because that
would
movie
be-
was a whole load of crap.
That and Leprechaun.
Oh, that too. That too.
They should have to sit through both of those and be.
They should bring
tortured.
back commercials. Like commercials, like you have no choice. Like usually ads on YouTube and everything.
5
but
seconds now.
But now you need to go ahead and have them like watch through like 3 minutes of a Vagisil commercial. You know, I mean, I think that's where the learning.
This is what you
experience
want
comes.
children to do.
Well, yeah, why not? I mean, like I had to do it. You had to do it.
Yeah.
We all had to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you not remember Mountain Rain? I mean, who didn't want her to be like more than less than fresh?
Mountain Rain.
What would you do for a peppermint patty?
Yeah, or a Klondike bar.
Yeah.
What would you do to be with peppermint patty?
How many licks do I have to take to
yeah.
get to that center of that Tootsie Pop?
I wish kids had to have the song I feel like chicken tonight. Like chicken tonight. Stuck in their goddamn brain. Do you know how many stupid songs and they're like
I don't want to grow up. I'm a
Jingles.
Toys R Us kid.
yeah. Oh, what a relief it is that I'm a Toys R Us kid. That is like a
Yeah, they're all there.
And but even TV shows, where TV shows don't have catchy theme songs anymore.
They don't do themes. They just do like.
I did like the
short instrumentals.
Peacemaker. If you haven't seen that on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that the one with John Cena?
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
that's
opening is
yeah.
great. That's a great.
They
opening.
force
Yes.
people to watch that opening. Like,
Yes. That's a crazy
That's
show,
crazy.
man.
That's like an homage to like the Bollywood, right? With all the characters.
it's kind of
dancing.
a Bollywood
right.
feel, like with
Yeah.
the metal sound,
Yeah.
and you look at this like, when was this? I looked like the song. It sounds like it came out in '86. It's like
Right.
20. It was like 2018.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
God.
was like a new song.
It's cool watching it, and sometimes like when you watch all the episodes, you can skip them, but sometimes I'm like fuck it, I'll watch it again.
What do you think? Do you like the way that people just drop a whole season on you, like Netflix does, or do you like the week to week where you have
I like
some
week to
time to
week.
digest?
I'm on
it?
the fence.
You like the week to
Yeah.
week.
I like the suspension. What's going to happen next? And like The Sopranos. I mean, you would listen to the radio the next day on your way to work, and that's all they talked about. All right,
That's
so on The
true.
Sopranos last night, and what do you think will happen on this Sunday? I like that suspension.
That's a good
Gives us
point.
all something to talk
it's water
about.
cooler
Yeah.
conversation.
Yes.
They lose that, like you say, because you could watch, but you're still having the water cooler conversation. But it's about the whole series.
Yeah,
as
but
a
then,
whole.
and then you get somebody. Oh, I don't want to watch the first
Yeah,
half.
right,
Don't tell
right.
me the rest. So
I'm on the
every
fence
week
with it
we're all in it together.
because like Disney does it week by week, right? So if you're watching The Mandalorian,
I think everyone does it except for Netflix. Netflix is the
gets-
only one that drops it all at
Yeah.
once. Like Prime will do it. And
Yeah, 'cause I watched the Tommy and Pam. Did you watch that yet?
I
Tommy?
haven't yet. Yeah, but you liked it.
It was all right. That came out week to week, so I would watch.
Well, I
it.
saw the original video, so you know. It's okay.
And he watched that week to week.
Exactly. Thank you, Tim. Yes.
But yeah, it was okay. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that show as a whole. But man, to me, it made Tommy look like an asshole. But whatever. I'll get into that later. I want to.
Oh, wow.
Murderville is fantastic. You
That
guys
was
watch that yet?
It was very short. It was 6 episodes.
Right.
It was
I like the
under
6
30
I
minutes.
loved it.
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off on that one.
Sometimes I'll skip a whole series if it's a series. Like if I'm looking for something to watch, and then I see it's a series, I'm like, oh fuck that. I just want a movie.
It has become like relationship wise for me. Like when I'm scrolling through, I'm like, I don't know if I have enough energy for that.
exactly. I don't know if I want to make a
7
commitment.
seasons. I am sorry.
Yeah, I'm not making a commitment.
Yeah,
to
someone's like, you should watch Supernatural. I look like 13 years.
Yeah, no, not happening.
That's why, like, with Mad Men, I'm never going to watch Mad Men because I'm not going back. I don't know, it was 7 seasons.
Did
of
you
that.
watch it?
No, I never watched it. I
Me
heard it's
neither.
great.
Good.
So,
Yeah. But I'm never, like, I watched The Wire late, right? I watched The Wire maybe about 4 years ago, and that was late because if you ever watch The Wire, they talk about, like, the beginning of the cell phone. It was still.
Yeah, burner phone.
Yeah. all that stuff. So it's like, wow, but it was, I think it was like 5 seasons. I did muscle through those, but I don't have it in me to go through like 7 seasons of a.
Sally put me through 7 seasons of Parenthood.
Is that a tongue twister? Sally 7 seasons of.
That's a Brady Bunch reference. Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah.
But at least Pat Morita
Fuck
had
Craig T. Nelson. I don't want to watch that.
It was
What'd you think of it?
torture.
You didn't like it?
It was awful, predictable.
7 seasons.
7 seasons. The things we do for sex, it's unbelievable.
Wow, man, of that show?
Of that show.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that show being good.
Predictable, bad acting, bad writing.
Oh, speaking of bad acting in
ugh.
shows, Amy Schumer's got a new one out.
Is
It's
it
awful, dude.
Is it
Life
awful?
and Beth.
Yeah, Life and Beth, dude.
From the makers of Kevin Can't Wait comes Life and Beth.
Is that what it is?
No, I'm just saying, it's those TV shows that love to use their names.
Right at the opening scene, I'm like, is she, like, because, you know, you're trying to figure out the character and the story. And so right from the opening scene, I'm like, is she deliberately acting badly? Like, is this, like,
Right.
a purpose? Is this part of the thing? But no, she's just really poor acting chops.
Really?
And the story, everything was just, again, I didn't watch the whole thing.
What's the premise of this thing?
It looks like she's some kind of
Beth?
like wine or champagne salesperson, and she works for a company, and they're trying for her to sell. You know, they're going to send her away, and she's kind of like she's in a loveless relationship. Like her boyfriend's super successful, but he doesn't really respect her and all this stuff. And now her boss is sending her off for a mission, and that's I think when the show's really going to take off. But I didn't.
But how did that make you feel?
I was tingly. I was a little tingly.
Then it's working. The tingle makes it working.
It makes the itchies go away.
Well, what's a show that you like now? New show. What are you indulging in?
I watched Peacemaker recently.
Okay.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was better than I thought it was going to be. It actually had some heart.
James Gunn, man.
Dude,
Guy
James
that
Gunn
always
rocks,
hits.
bro.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
He's amazing. And I tell you what, I love the soundtrack. You talk about 86 and all that stuff. The whole soundtrack was like hair metal.
Yeah.
So like,
Right.
you know, and
But some of it's new. Like stuff is
I know,
only
it's
for a
crazy.
few years
he's
ago.
playing like House of Pain, like In My House of Pain. That was by L.A. Guns and
Right.
shit. I'm like, whoa, this is freaking awesome. And then when he played on the piano a rendition of Home Sweet Home.
Yeah, and
I
then
was-
that led into the next episode where it means something that with him and his. Yeah, it was a very good show.
It was wow. I was blown away by that stuff. The action was fun. You know, the humor was funny. It's R-rated.
It is very inappropriate.
Yeah, some of it's like what? DC is letting this happen.
DC. You know what? People like they love Marvel, but DC takes a lot of risks with what they do. Like
And most of them don't work either.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to
okay.
go back.
Tim,
but,
it was great, man.
Thank you, man. It was
Tim
good.
Thompson.
I'll try to get Alabama in here for you guys. Thank you very much for having me. Love to do it again, guys.
Anytime. We
Thank
love
you.
that.
Tim
Yeah, I'd
Thompson.
love to talk to you more about how weird Saliani is. So.
Oh my God, that weird half a foreskin thing he's got going. I don't know if you guys know about that. Never mind.
That's a cliffhanger for next time. Good times, Tim Thompson.
That was cool. Yeah, he's great. I'm glad it was cool to have him finally in here.
He was good.
He's been like loosely a part of our station for such a long time, with Shut Up Stupid and stuff. So it was cool to
He was
finally
great
have him
on
in here.
the Shut Up Stupids. His
Yeah.
bits are always good. He's a good actor.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Boshi's going out there now. I think they might have to say. I think most of the comics, when you come to Governors, at the end of the show, the comedians will all wait by the door and handshake everyone.
That is correct, yes.
It's one of the really cool things that Governors does. Is it's kind of mandatory for the comedians
Yes.
to do that.
I don't know if that's the case though for like the big headliners though. I don't know if they do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't think so.
Yeah,
But yeah, all the other guys playing in the giggle room and stuff. Yeah, it is mandatory for most of the people that play here. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Eight nice. I'm pretty sure at the Compound show, they all waited by the door.
Oh, did they? Yeah.
Yeah, Boshi was out there with them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, so I will mention that the phone rang while Tim was in here, and I just disconnected it. My guess is that it's DJ. But, we were talking to our guests, so I wasn't taking calls.
Jerry Lahane, did Schumer steal jokes from Patrice? Yes, she certainly did.
She did, huh?
Oh, she stole on her special, the leather special. She blatantly stole jokes that were his.
Really?
One was the gorilla mask joke about,
she denied it though, right? She didn't come out and admit it, right?
I don't think she admitted it, but she stole jokes from lots of people. That's
what I've
jokes from
heard.
Tammy
Yeah.
Pescatelli, and if you look back at her career, she was dating. Oh man, I can't think of his name right now. She was dating a comedian who helped her punch up her jokes and stuff.
Oh, really?
Once they broke up, you could see her jokes.
No
and
kidding,
she
really?
just got too full of herself, got too self-important, thinking who she is.
Yeah.
And look,
Unfortunately,
when you shoot to stardom, and you don't really deserve it, and you all of a sudden you're a star and you have a voice. It's not going to last long. Hence Carlos Mencia, hence Amy Schumer. Like these kind of hacky joke thief shots in the dark, flash in the pans. And we'll see what the show does if she's successful or not. And God bless her either way. But I watched the half of the first episode. I honestly couldn't get through it. I don't know if it's because the story, her acting, or if the fact I just don't like her.
Right.
And that's just a personal thing.
Right.
So check it out for yourselves. But
Jerry Lahane, and I think you've told us this before. He or she commented, I ghost wrote for Howard Stern, 1993, 1995, tapes to Jackie.
Jeselnik. Yes, thank you. Sorry.
Oh, right, Jeselnik, yeah.
Yeah, she was dating Jeselnik.
I think you've told us that before, and I would love to hear more about that. So
Anthony Jeselnik, he's hilarious. And
No, I'm talking about...
Oh, you're talking about her...
Jerry Lahane claiming
ghostwriting for Stern?
that he or she ghost wrote for Stern. Yeah, I'd love to hear more about that. Maybe one day you call in or something.
Yeah.
I would love to hear about that. And I don't know if it's true.
Watching Marcy grow breasts in
Yummy.
real time was heavenly.
Oh, Marsha Brady. He's so must be a guy.
Marsha.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Marsha.
And then he also asks, "What is our take
I
on
love
Uncle Floyd?" Yeah, I used to love Uncle
He's a
Floyd
legend.
back in the day.
He's
yeah.
still touring. He's
Yeah.
performing. Somebody opened up for him recently.
Still
I think
alive?
I think it was Joe. Was it Joey Cola?
It was either Cola or Monty, one of the two.
I think it was Joey Cola. I think.
Somebody, just posted on there now. He's he aged 64 Delaware.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I think he's great. I always loved Uncle Floyd.
Didn't he kind of disappear for a while? Well, not disappear, but just wasn't really in the game for a while.
I don't know if he ever. I don't know to answer your question. I don't know if he deliberately left the scene or just kind of got phased out or whatever.
I'm not
But he's
sure.
he's a legend. He had the show, the Uncle Floyd show.
Yeah, the Uncle
on,
Floyd show was so. It was like a
cable access.
Yeah, it was like one of the. It's like kind of what brought cable access to the masses. Like
it was a nutty, weird ass show,
but
man.
it was fun.
And
I
it was funny.
loved it,
and he was a funny dude. And
I remember when he was in Good Morning Vietnam, like cheering, like Uncle Floyd is gonna make it now. He's gonna get big. Unfortunately, he never really went anywhere else, but he was good in that. I thought
he's a legend, and he's a comic. Like comedians love him, and he's just a cool dude.
Yeah.
Yes, I got Jay. Give me the number.
Oh, yeah.
Well, give it. You want to call in now, Jerry?
Should we do it now though, in case?
Well, I can tell you this: that you probably have about another 10 to 15 minutes before LaBelle is on stage. Yeah, so you have about 10, 15 minutes. All right. So you have within the 10-minute frame to
talk to Jerry.
Shoot
So
the
let me throw the number on the screen, and
then we'll talk to Jerry about the times he wrote for Stern and Jackie.
yeah.
And recently, Uncle Floyd did a Comic-Con.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
Speaking about funny things, April 1st, here at
You.
Governor's, I will be on Knock 'em Dead's comedy murder mystery show. Come down April 1st, get your tickets. You're going to have a great time, and you get to see me in a way that you've never seen me before. But some other people have in the back of a dumpster of Chili's. But still, nevertheless, get your tickets for April 1st. You're
I
going to
gotta
enjoy
get
it.
tickets. I'm gonna. What is that? A weekend? What day?
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday. Okay,
It's a Friday.
I'm gonna get out here.
Yeah?
and watch.
You going to do that?
Yeah, I want to.
Oh, I'm going to
I want a lap dance, though.
I'm going to sew.
I really don't.
Yeah. You're gonna get more than that. I might finish. I can tell you that much.
Wow. Damn.
You know.
Okay.
So you're gonna love the others, the softer side of Sears. Here we go.
Hey. All right. Here we go.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Hello, Jerry.
Yeah, it's Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
How are you?
Jerry Lahane?
Yes, Jerry Lehane.
So we were saying the name right. All right, cool. All right, so fill us in because I got to admit I don't. So you said you ghost wrote, so I guess you never really got the credit you deserve.
No, by choice. I ghost wrote for classic rock, movies, Star Trek, Stern, a bunch of other stuff. This is going to blow your mind.
Hey, what's up?
I actually hooked up Jackie and Fred with the Stern Show in '82.
Right.
Because let me turn my thing down.
Well, all right. Well, Jerry, unfortunately, I am going to have to cut you off because we have Nathan, who's headlining the club. Can we reschedule this? And I'll email you on Facebook, and we'll figure out another time to do this.
Video, so we'll be on. So
sure, sounds good.
My apologies. Like we said, we may have to cut this short. So
I know you got a show.
All right, I appreciate it. I'll reach out to you though, and we'll schedule something.
Okie doke.
Thanks, buddy. All right, bye-bye.
We'll get into more with that with Jerry later, but right now,
Nathan McIntosh is here.
Hello.
How you doing,
Hi.
man?
Oh, it's the best night of my life. Can I tell you guys real quick? Are you guys both from Long Island?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just had one of a real governor's night.
Did somebody beat? No. What
You
did
know
somebody
what I mean.
beat
You
you
guys
up?
know exactly what I mean. This is last night. Let's just start here.
Bunch
Last
of Goombas
night
out there. What's going on?
Last night was so. It was so fun, and I was like, oh my god, wait a minute, this isn't the Levittown I remember. This is just like a fun happening town. These people, that's Levittown out there. That's Funtasia. That's whatever the fuck else people are hanging out in the goddamn highway, sucking on Dunkin' Donuts. Like these people, there's no whimsy out there. There's no
These are momos. We call them.
Yeah. It's just like you're just like, and they run away when I walked out, and it ended up being fine. I guess we got to fight them. They
run away?
No, when I walked out,
Yeah.
it was not, they looked at me like, fuck this guy. Can I swear here? I apologize. They literally looked at me. They just went, fuck him. And I go, because I made some stupid joke. I was trying to get into shit, and I go, hey, when anybody, people in here, you recommend having kids? One woman goes, no. So I go, great, I love this answer. I go, well, how many kids do you got? She goes, I got 2 kids, 10 and 7. I go, so what are you going to do? Just take the 10-year-old down to the airport and be like, you're going to Ukraine today. They go, this crowd goes, they go, huh? Oh. And then some guy, he goes, too soon, Junior.
Damn.
And I go,
Too soon,
Too soon, Junior. And then I go, okay, let me just do material. And I'm up there, I'm doing jokes, and they're just looking at me. I can see one guy, he's just staring at his coffee. He doesn't give a fuck anymore. He's looking at his coffee, he's putting sugar after sugar in it. He's stirring it like this. Like just sad. He's going through his 3rd divorce, he's gonna lose the house again. He's just like this. He's like, oh my god. I see this guy. There's 2 people over here that they refuse to smile. There's people out there like this.
Wow.
I go, okay, I feel it, but whatever. Let me just do. I get to a half hour, and I get some stuff, but whatever. But then at a half hour, I go, hey guys, I go, you feel that, right? You guys feel this? This is awful, right? The energy here is absolutely. I go, this is terrible. This is fucking terrible. I go, this guy wants to die. This lady's trying to get the fuck out of here. I go, me too. I'm looking at you, and I'm wondering when the fuck does this end? And I go, you guys are saying fuck me. I go, fuck you. And like they're laughing and everything, but that's when it became okay because
you got to break the ice. That's what you got to do with Long Island people. You got to call them out. You got to break them down.
They like that,
and then they respect you.
Yep.
But why do we gotta do? Why does everything have to be a truck stop brawl? Why does every single thing have to be uppercuts?
You had a Momo crowd, is what we like to call it. There.
Yeah, and that's normally what I've had out here. But last night was so different, and then tonight I went. I see it, man. Leather jackets.
So when you went out there afterwards to say goodbye,
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't even go out there.
I came right here.
F those Momo.
No, these people, they're fun. Yeah, but
we love our people.
But I was like, I'm not going out there. These people hated me. No, I can't look these people in the eyes.
No, but it sounds like you won their respect. So they would have been thanking you if you went out there.
Well, again, why do we got to fight for it all the time?
Listen, they just got done getting their children unmasked. Feel still a little pity for them.
Yeah.
So the second half went better, right? You
Absolutely. No, it was fun. It was completely fine. But I just thought it was so funny that, people really... I feel here, Long Island and upstate New York, there's no whimsy. Nobody has seen a good day in their lives.
Well, apparently,
nobody likes subtlety. Nobody likes anything. They want to be punched right in the fucking chest.
Yeah, you gotta be rough,
and if you don't do it, they hate you. It's wild.
You didn't know that Long Island had a big Ukrainian population, did you?
Well, that's the other thing. I asked the crowd. I go, "Is there anybody from Ukraine?" I go, "Anybody from me?" Nobody. And I go, gee, what are we being? What the fuck is that? I go, I'm
all
sorry,
Irish
I
and
referenced today. I know what it is. God, there's Parmesan. There's literally chicken parms out there with shoes. There's a meatball sub and pants. I know what the fuck it is. Some cocksucker's still mad that the fucking Islanders had a fucking fisherman for a couple of years. Some motherless fuck that's like, I gotta drive all the way to Barclays now to see them play. Not my fault. I didn't do it. But see, this is what they wanted. They're like, I love this.
You see how hard we're laughing?
God.
This is exactly.
Do you think a night like tonight makes you stronger for the next one?
It just makes sure, man. It makes you stronger. You just kind of go, like, okay, I get it. And you know what I will say, though? The more places you go to, there is less whimsy, period, in the world. So many people have seen so much fucking bad that you do have to almost punch everybody with everything. I will say that this type of crowd is becoming more of a regular thing where people are like, again, they go, man, my whole family fucking got ripped in half by a bear or whatever yesterday. My goddamn mom was hit by a train. Like, everybody just seems like they've seen the worst shit.
And the
last couple of years have been brutal, so a lot of people have seen much more.
They're coming out of that reverie, and they need you to kind of like get them out of there. And they're not giving you a chance. It is like Fight Club. Yeah, sometimes it's wrong.
And it's funny because I'm from Nova Scotia originally, and we have a lot of that as well. That's why I brought up the fishermen.
Nova Scotia's a kind of rough spot, right?
Yeah,
is it really?
It's blue collar, isn't it?
Yes, so it's the same type of deal as like, go ahead, but we are nicer about it. Yeah. Here it's very much like, fuck you until you whatever. But
they don't fake smile or anything, right? They just kind of like make me laugh.
Exactly.
And that's rough. That's hard. That makes it tough to come out. And when you feel that vibe in the room, it's hard to break through that.
Yeah, and I was just like, guys, we all feel this, right? Like, I feel it. And here's the thing, I know that you can crack them, so I go, I don't want to not do it and then come off stage and be like that. It's like, God, if I yell at you, you'll be happy, I'll be happy, and then we'll all move on. Then you can go back to fucking sorting your goddamn juice boxes in your pantry or whatever the fuck it is you want to do. Want to be angry about what? You got a fucking house and a pool and cocksuckers? Nobody out here lives in an apartment. Everybody's got a fucking 2-car garage, right? People living in homes.
A swim pool in the yard, yeah.
Everybody's got a goddamn job. Oh, God, it's rough out here in Long Island. What, are the buildings not tall enough? I didn't do it. I'm sorry that the fucking highways are garbage.
They are. The highways are garbage.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm sorry that there's a pothole every fucking 10 feet. Your car's going to explode. I didn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the best thing out here is a fucking IHOP. I'm sorry. I didn't do it. I didn't build the place. Move. Drive your shit. Put your pasta in your fucking trunk and drive out of here. Good Christ.
Yes.
My kids are ziti. Not my fault. Anyways, you guys are great. Thank you for having me. Get out of here. Thank you.
Dude, you rock, man. Hold on. We gotta take a selfie.
Well, tell us as he's taking a picture, where can we find you? Like social media? What do you got coming up?
Oh my God, look at my hair.
You're all frazzled. Yeah.
Jesus, I got. Social media. What do I got? I got Instagram, Twitter @Nathan McIntosh. I got a website, NathanMcIntosh.com. TikTok as well, if you're one of those. And I got a bunch of shows coming up that I've posted. Everything @Nathan McIntosh.
Cool. I did watch a bunch of your stuff, your YouTube stuff. Freaking hilarious, man.
Thank you,
dude. I was literally in tears laughing earlier today watching your stuff when you're talking about the cell phone bit and some of those gags you had. Great stuff, man.
Thank you.
Man, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Nathan.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Coming in.
And hope the next show goes better for you, Junior.
Is there another one tonight?
I'll tell you something. This was the next show. This is a fun time.
Take care, brother.
Thank you.
That was awesome, man.
There he goes.
That was awesome. Firecracker. Now we get Al LaBelle. We got the trifecta.
That was freaking funny.
Wow. Yeah, that was good.
See, and that's the beauty of this show.
You never know.
Right. And some people have great sets, and then some people have a night like that, and they just come in and vent to us, like therapy.
Yeah, and we apologize, Jerry. We're going to get back to you. I know you're watching. This is Bill Burr Trashing Philly. Yeah, it was very similar to Bill Burr Trashing Philly, how he's just ripping on Long Island. And it's always fun. We could take a joke. We could laugh at ourselves. So when he jokes around with our people here on Long Island, we're fine with that. But, Jerry, we do want to get you... talk to you soon because it sounds like interesting stuff.
Yeah, it really does. So I felt bad having to cut him off, but at least we explained. We let him know. We did say before we even did the call that could happen. So,
Al LaBelle.
There we go.
How are you, sir? Come on, sit down.
For me, the first time I've ever gone to a podcast studio after a show.
Yeah. This is great. The legend Al LaBelle himself is here with us.
When did I actually become a legend? Is there a moment where you become a legend?
I think the moment. I don't know. What would you say with the moment?
I don't know.
Like when did people start to hail you as
Like
a
doing
legend?
the Tonight Show or something? Is that what?
I don't know if that just that moment.
When was the first time you heard it?
Because I don't remember ever on my own ever thinking I'm a legend. I'm now a legend. Like it never has hit me. Like,
But when did somebody first called you? Do you remember? Like when
you
somebody
know,
said,
I think
"You're
the last,
legendary."
the first time I remember the comic, I can't remember his name, so maybe that guy's not a legend. But but it was downstairs at Stand Up New York, and he said to me, "You're a legend." And I remember thinking, "Oh my God, that sounds old. I'm old." Yeah, there were very few young legends.
You're a living legend.
Yeah, right, a living legend, which is. I guess it's definitely better than a dead legend, but arguably not as legendary. I mean, there are a lot of dead legends that are more legendary than me, but I'd rather be less legendary and more alive.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go for sure. How was the show tonight?
It was good. It was fun. Yeah, I liked it. It's always good to get to do an hour, and in New York City, all the spots are 15 minutes at most. You know?
Yeah, like if you're doing the Cellar or Broadway and stuff like that. Yeah,
right. And so it's really a good feeling to get to do an hour.
Is this the first time you've done an hour in a while, or?
Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I did it. I did a few. I was living in L.A. as when we talk in your podcast.
Yeah.
I did a few solo shows. I'd rent out my own theater and have a few solo shows.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Where I was the only person in the room.
Yeah, why not? Your theater, right? You do whatever you want.
Yeah, why invite anybody? But so I did that. I didn't do hour 15, hour 20 or something, and but I did a little of that in L.A. and I moved here like 2.5 months ago. Wasn't getting enough stage time. Well, I had stage time. I wasn't having audiences, and so I moved back here. So I don't think since I've been here I've done an hour. No, it's always been these 15-minute spots, and there is something to get out of that. You keep trying to make it better and tighter, and figure out ways to get the most possible laughs while still being true to yourself and not doing jokes you don't like. You know, so there is a certain art form to that, but still, it's much more fun, I think, to do a longer set and experiment, be more experimental. And
do you find that you have more trouble being true to yourself when you have such a long time, like an hour, where you just have to fill the time or come out with maybe some of your greatest hits or something, or you just true? I know you're probably more true to yourself no matter what, because that's more
hour
what you do.
But I think in an hour, I'm more true in an hour because I could do, because a lot of my material is longer routines, and I can't really do a long routine, and maybe one in 15 minutes, but I can't do a few of them.
Right.
So in an hour, I could do a few of them. So I feel more, comfortable in an hour.
Right. Okay.
We were talking about the documentary. You talk about being a legend. I think that helps add to the legend when there's having this documentary out. What's the feedback been like? I mean, everybody in the hallway we spoke to was buzzing that you were here.
Really?
And then in the next sentence, like, did you see this documentary? It was freaking amazing.
Well, I'm surprised that a lot of people have seen it. I didn't realize.
Oh, yeah, that's all they were talking about before you got here in the hallway tonight. Yeah,
really, a lot of the comedians have seen. Mm-hmm. I heard it's popular among comedians.
Yeah. Like I know Nathan McIntosh, who played the big room.
Right.
That's all he was talking about before tonight. Wow. He just couldn't wait for you to get here.
Oh, that's good. Well, actually, I didn't. It's funny. We were both on at the Cellar 2 nights ago, and I didn't realize he was going to be here this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But very nice guy. And,
you need a water or something? Like we got water.
Yeah, if you got one.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Thank you. But that's good. I know a lot of comedians. I heard a lot of when I was living in L.A. I heard a lot of New York comedians are liking it.
Yeah, it's awesome. And are you back now in New York full time? Are you living here?
Yes, I moved back the beginning of January. I drove cross country and moved back.
That's fun. Was it a 5-day drive?
Yeah. Just about 5 days, and it was.
You were spending time in Europe, right?
Yeah, I was in England for a few years doing stand up. I was living in London and doing stand up around Europe and London and England, and it was good to do. I liked it doing it to a different audience that still they speak English. They have different reactions, different types, but luckily my humor is very about me, so I don't have to change my act for them.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Yeah, because a lot of their comedians aren't popular here and vice versa. So I was curious, you didn't have to change anything.
Nothing.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
And they related. They liked it.
Yeah, they did. There's only one, like in the Netherlands, it's funny, there's one word that they don't really use, the word dawn, like dawning on me, it dawned on me, and I have a joke where I say it dawned on me, and it never worked there. I thought, I never understood it, and then I asked somebody, and then they go, we don't use the word dawn like that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Who would think a word like that?
So did you change it up? What did you change it to?
No, I just stopped it.
Oh, yeah.
I stopped doing it. It dawned on me to stop it.
Wow. Yeah, I was saying like you have some classic bits like when you sing when you first get out on stage. You do that tonight. Yeah, yeah. So he gets out there and he sings and he's just like, get a little bit of laughter now, a little bit quieter now. It's a little bit better now. It's just I love it, man. It's just so and he goes like on like it. You think it's okay. He's gonna stop and he just keeps going and it's just so awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where did you see me do that?
On your documentary?
Oh, but there it got cut. Then the crowd started leaving. That was at the Borgata, but so I cut it short. But you've actually seen me do the full thing?
Yeah.
Where?
I've watched it probably on YouTube because I have seen you do the full thing.
Oh, no, really? Actually, you haven't. It's funny. It's actually fuller.
Oh, is it really?
Because in the documentary, you see me singing a little bit at Flappers.
Right.
And then you see me doing it at the Borgata, but it's actually a lot longer than that. So that you probably like it. If you get a kick out of the length you've seen, it's actually like 3 times longer.
I think that there's an art to that, to stretching the bit,
right? To
where all of a sudden it's too long, and then it's so much longer that it's funny again. It's even more funny. It gets funnier as it gets longer because you're like, what is he doing? And so I just think that's a great thing. I love that. And then also the Al LaBelle. I'm Al LaBelle. Al LaBelle. You love your name and all that. I just think the material's great, and how our audiences now, in the wake of the documentary and everything, do you feel the audiences are reignited to see you?
I think so. I was surprised there was a good-sized crowd in there. Because Rob said the producer said he didn't do that much effort into getting, but there were a lot of people. There were a good-sized crowd. So I don't know. He said a lot of people heard about me with the documentary. So that was really cool that it's helping.
Yeah. It's a nice room, too, because that's fairly, they just recently expanded it. So,
really?
Yeah, it's
it was
a nice
smaller.
room.
It used to be called the little room. Now it's the giggle room.
Right.
Now, another cool thing, too, is that when we did our interview, and I just posted this little bit of our interview up on Instagram, was when you were talking about the therapist who told you to press against the fear.
Right.
And I don't know if we really had a chance to get into that more about pressing against the fear and what that means.
Right.
And how you took that.
I never could figure out what he meant. No, I think what he meant was try to push through it. Like you're going to always be scared, but try to keep, granted, some fears you shouldn't push through, obvious ones like, putting your hand in fire. There's reasons for these fears. But a lot of the fears are, especially I have a bad case of it, the mind, thinking about something too much. You could always find where the fear is if you think about something too much.
Of course, yeah.
And your brain is actually designed for that. It's designed to protect, keep you alive.
Right.
And so it thinks negatively. One's brain will always think negatively just to protect you. And it's not thinking about the long term. It's thinking of the short-term protection. Whereas long-term protection is arguably healthy. Like, take a risk now and later you'll be safer. And your brain should like that, but your brain doesn't think about later safer, thinks about now safer. And so as a kid, I was being an only child, alone in my room a lot, and my mother smothering me and so afraid for me. I became afraid for me. And then constantly thinking about why I should not do things, afraid of this, afraid of that. And that's why he said press against the fear. And I really didn't take his advice much. I mean, it's always been, I give in to the fears, but occasionally I force myself out of it. Like, going to London, I was really scared to go there alone. I didn't know anybody. I was terrified, but I just did it, So occasionally I take too many chances. Like I remember partly I was on an antidepressant at the time. This is like 20 years ago. And I know that helped me do it, but I was doing a cruise ship gig and we stopped at the island of Santorini. I don't know if you ever heard, it's a Greek island. It's a great island. Unbelievable. It's a mountainous island. It's a big mountain.
Oh, cool.
And when you get on it, they have a scooter, like a motor scooter you could rent. It goes like 50 miles an hour. And I can't believe I did this. I rented that motor scooter, and you ride around the island, and there's no railings. And literally, if you hit a rock or something or a hole in the wall, and you just fall off the fucking island and
swimming.
die.
Yeah.
You die. And me, a guy so afraid of death, did this. I can't believe I did it. And I remember actually doing a gig in the Netherlands like 4 years ago, and I was talking to some people at the bar after the show, and they told me their friends went to that island, and 2 of their friends rode a moped and died on that island.
But that was after you already done it.
I've already done it.
So you were like a superhero to them.
Man, I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, that's true. Maybe, but I think another reason I did it is few weeks before that, I had a cruise ship gig that went to the Tahiti, and I did it there. But that was flatland, so I had an experience.
Right.
But still, now I would never do that again on an island like that, up like that with no border.
Didn't you
I
ride
can't believe I
donkeys
did
or
that.
something?
Yeah, that was crazy.
He rode on donkeys. What was that at
Grand Canyon.
So he did the donkey trip. And
Yeah.
He it's on the documentary. That's how I know this. And you looked pretty terrified. Yeah. but you got through it.
Yeah, I got through it because I was forced, I guess, because I kept screaming and like stop and like, yeah. But what's amazing about it didn't. My friend did it. I probably would have never done it, but my friend wanted to do it. We drove cross country from law school to L.A. But he said, let's do it. And I wasn't thinking about it. And we were very competitive. We played racquetball competitively and basketball. So I figured he's doing it, I'll just do it without giving it 1 second of thought.
Right. And that's the thing. It's usually after the fact, right?
Yeah.
You realize what you did. Like you
Not
said,
just
you'll
after, during the fact.
Sure.
I realized, what? I can't believe this.
Right.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
So
During
as
the
it's
fact.
happening, you're
I was
freaked
freaked out. I freaked out. Like my friend pointed out, like in the documentary, I forgot I had said that to him, but he pointed out. I thought it was very funny that I was afraid that the donkey, when he's walking, I was afraid he'd fall because he wasn't looking at his feet when he's walking. They walk straight
they
ahead.
go around the edge. Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't have
scary.
the ability to really look down. They can't. They're. And I thought, he's not. How can he do this? But it didn't. I didn't seem to care that he's a donkey, and they've been doing this for millions of years. And I thought, what if I fall off? And he takes me down with him. And I was just terrified. And I remember another instance of that fear was I met a really pretty woman. I was like 26, and she was gorgeous. And my law boss owned a hot air balloon.
Oh, yeah.
And he was going up in the hot air balloon, and I figured I'll impress her. My boss invited me, and I figured I'll impress her.
Nice.
And it's another thing where I didn't think about what it would be like when I'm in it.
You've done that.
And that was terrifying for me too.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, it is scary when you're up there and there's no sound, there's no motor or
Yeah.
anything, you're just floating.
Really,
And then
yeah.
and you're just in this basket, and it starts to occur to you, you're not attached to anything. There's no bungee or anything. You could literally just fall out.
Yeah, and you're in the fucking clouds, and you feel like I'm in heaven. I'm dead.
It is. It's a real feeling.
I'm in heaven, And also I felt like in hell because you see the fire from the balloon. I'm in hell too. Yeah. And like, what's funny is that it didn't occur. Like, I never got another date with that girl because like she couldn't believe how scared I was. I was so terrified,
Crying in her arms.
Frightened. I wasn't crying, but I was like so scared. And she was so relaxed. She's like a normal.
She's having the
human.
greatest day ever. Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, because I couldn't believe it. We're up in this inside clouds.
And that basket is break at any
Yeah,
moment.
And she was so beautiful, this woman. I remember her name, Kelly. She was so gorgeous that I didn't think about what the ride might be like. All I thought about was her. I'm going in a hot air balloon, Kelly. All I thought about was the Kelly, not the hot air balloon.
So when you're up there, you don't have like a poker face. You just like straight up panic mode.
It's actually a good plan. Let me hug you, Kelly, the whole time. Tighter, Kelly, to
I didn't
help
even
me.
think about that because all I could think, I couldn't get past that. I'm in a hot air balloon. The word Kelly didn't enter the brain. I was just hot air balloon. I couldn't believe it with the clouds. No one prepared me
Right.
for inside white clouds in the sky.
Yeah, you're about a mile up. Yeah.
Wow.
Terrified.
All right, I not that I want to cut this short, but I received a text from in the hallway.
They need Al?
They want him out by 9:15 because he has to get back to the city.
All right.
Okay, thank you. By the way, do you guys? I'm sure you tape this, right? Can I? Get
Oh,
a
yeah.
copy
Yeah,
of
we'll
this?
definitely tape
Well,
it.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Is it
live.
okay if I don't smile? I'm trying to no smile phase.
Yeah, we both don't smile then.
It's live on Facebook as we speak, but we could we'll get him the link and
you can
stuff.
get me-
We'll cut this interview part.
Yes,
and
we'll
send
edit it,
to you.
yeah.
I'll
Thank you
definitely
very
get to you.
Okay.
You get the other one we did, right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Feel
Oh,
free
that
to.
was on this because it was just me and you. I don't think.
Yeah, it
No.
was on this station
Right.
through
Oh,
Govs Radio
Okay.
as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me. Pleasure.
Oh,
Al,
thank
you're the
you.
best, man.
Thank you, Al.
Appreciate brother.
Thank you. Nice meeting
Pleasure.
you.
Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great. Wow.
Al LaBelle, everybody. Check out the documentary as well. It's really good stuff.
Yeah. Where can they? Where can they find the documentary?
It's running free.
Right now, YouTube. All the other platforms. Amazon, there's an issue right with that. But it's all the other platforms except for Amazon.
Okay, cool. So so check out it's running
Mentally
free.
Out. Mentally Out. You can rent it or buy it.
Yeah, it's a great documentary.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. It's funny. It takes you through all the roller coaster of emotions. You're gonna get it all. So it's really good, really insightful too. So yeah, appreciate it.
Except for a hot air balloon.
Yeah, no hot air balloon in there. But it is Al on a donkey if you want to see that.
And after a hot air balloon, like years after.
Yeah, you'll see him years after.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Bell, everybody.
Very nice. All right. Good.
Well, yeah.
All right. So we
have time for Jerry if you want. I mean, we have 10 minutes.
Oh,
is that enough time? Or I can go a little longer if you want. It's up to you, Tony.
I don't mind going a little longer, Jerry, if you want to, because I think we're done now. All the shows are done. So all the comedians are pretty much getting out of here. So, Jerry, it's up to you. I don't know if you want to call back and we can give it another shot, or if you want to.
We can do another time. Whatever
you want to do.
Wants to do. We got Jeff Bosey here.
I'm no Al LaBelle and I'm no Nathan, but you'll have to deal with this. This is the last part. This is like the last leg of the show. It's kind of like sitting there watching the train wreck, happen. It's like sitting there like, wow, we were so entertained by funny things. Let's just watch whatever this guy with the fedora is doing.
Now, once you got to see what's going on, it's very nice.
I might not be on the in April at all. All my dates in April are
every Saturday in April. You're not available.
The one I'm free. I'm going to Cleveland to.
You're definitely going to that?
No, this is my son. This is a different. I am definitely going with Rick Adana and Don Jameson.
Here we go. Okay,
this is Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jerry
cool.
is calling back.
All right,
very
good.
nice.
But I won't be on top fives. I won't be on top. I will not be on this show probably in April.
Wow.
Because I got Riptide games every day.
Yeah.
Jerry, thank you for calling back. Thanks for your patience. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's Jerry. Probably the Stern stuff is the most interesting to you. Back in '82,
okay,
I saw a Washington Post, like one little paragraph that called Stern a shock jock, and that stuck with me. So I get on the CB radio. This is in '82, and Stern had made a joke about a plane crash on a bridge. He said he was going to call. He didn't call. He said he was going to call the airline and say, is this going to be a regular stop on the bridge for the airline? So I thought, well, that's pretty nasty. So Fred and Jackie were looking for a comedy place. I'm blanking on the name. Zapati or something. Zapati or something like. Anyway, comedy place in Wilmington. So I gave him directions. But at the same time, I said, you got to hook up with this guy, Howard Stern. He's probably going to be in New York one of these days because, he's going to be such a big star that he'll just move out of D.C. and go to New York. And I predicted that correctly. I go, Jackie, do you work blue? And he goes, yeah. And I go, Jackie, are you a Jew? You sound like you're from Long Island. And he goes, no. And he didn't know at the time, but he actually did have Jew blood in him. He found out like 20 years later.
Who, Jackie did?
Yeah, Jackie did. And, yeah. Martling, see? L-I-N-G, the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was guessing. And then I go, Fred, you do carts? I do cassette tapes. And I go, you guys could go down to Washington, D.C., or you can just wait till he comes to New York. And so they decided to go to Washington, D.C., and I go, yeah, Jackie, you could just pass notes to Stern and write jokes for him all day. And it turned out that Stern hired Fred almost immediately, but it took Jackie over a year to keep giving him free stuff.
This is right at the very beginning of Howard.
And personally, I never heard Howard till '87 because he was on WYSP out of Philly, once he was in New York. So I had never actually heard him till '87. And so I decided, well, I got this Jackie guy and in for me. If I could just find his address, I'll start sending him cassette tapes. And he was totally up for it because he's like this joke fucking encyclopedia.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And, so I gave him, long story short, I know you guys got to leave. Long story short, I gave him the ideas for private parts, pay-per-view, America's, what is it that?
You gave him the ideas for these?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you told him, hey, you should write a book, Private Parts?
Yeah. I told him.
So
look,
you were in touch with Howard? Like you spoke to Howard regularly?
No, on tape. I would just send him tapes, and then I would listen to the show religiously.
Right.
And then I could tell if Jackie was passing on stuff that I had given him, like 1%, 2%. Oh, a big week, 5% of the stuff I said, he actually passed on to. And they would sit there on the breaks and listen to the tapes, like in their headphones or whatever.
So you would send them a tape where you would basically perform the jokes. You'd send that to Jackie. Jackie would then write those jokes down and then pass those on.
Oh, no, he would bring the tapes in.
Oh,
he would bring the tapes into the show.
Wow.
And basically, in between commercials, they'd mine the tapes for ideas and stuff. So it was kind of a cool thing.
And they never acknowledge you, and you actually said something when you called the first time that you were a ghostwriter by choice. What,
by choice,
yeah. How can we ask why?
Yeah, because I know a lot of these guys have big egos, and I wanted to get, eventually hired, and that never happened. And actually, Jackie was pulling for me, but Howard was such a dick. As much as I love him, for everything, he was a dick to. He doesn't pay his people.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Were you ever in the room with Howard? Did you ever talk to him? You ever meet him?
No. I only met Jackie a few times. Hardly talked to him. Fred, barely met him. Baba Booey, I just barely met him.
I'm surprised they never wanted to bring you, like, at least have you be like Jenks or
no, they
Captain
wanted
Jenks
me,
or like a part of the crew, the pack,
They wanted to keep me quiet. They wanted that all buried.
Now, do you have any copies of these old?
No, they all went to Jackie.
No copies.
I would record it in my car as I was doing deliveries for. You have a paper up there. It used to be called Good Times.
Yeah, sure. Magazine. Rich Branson for it.
Yeah. Well, that guy owned a paper down here called what was it? Big Shout, and he bought it when it went under. It was called Fine Times originally, and then another people bought it. The guy up there from Good Times.
Rich Branson for
Rich, yeah. So he was my boss for about 5 years.
I worked for him too back in the day. Good Times. Yeah, that's cool. Small world.
Yeah. And the other thing, I found life on Mars. I designed the Mars rovers. Sent the drawings to Gene Roddenberry because I ghostwrote for Star Trek. He got the rovers drawings to NASA, and basically I found people on Mars in 2004. I have pictures, all that shit.
You got pictures of people on Mars?
Yeah. If you just Google my name, you can see pictures of people on Mars.
How did you get pictures of people on Mars?
From the rovers. They have cameras all over them, and I told them to put, motion detectors on them, so that when something comes near them, they get their picture snapped.
I'll be right back. I got to go get some aluminum. I'll be right back.
Wait, what? I'm curious. So there's like human beings on Mars?
Yeah. People, animals, fossils, dinosaur fossils. The people are 5 feet tall generally and skinny, but there's also tiny people, as small as 6 inches and anything between 6 inches and 5.
Really?
I think Bosie's got some of those in his ass.
Wait, hold on. So you found so you have access to a rover camera, and
I just take the pictures off the NASA site. So if you go Google my name right now, you'll see like 20 different pictures that are colorized.
I feel safer.
Originally black and white.
All right, hang on. So I'm just googling your name. That's all I got to do.
Jerry with a J, Jerry,
right.
Lee Hain, and then the word Mars.
So when's the last time you saw people on Mars? When's the last time you saw some of these pictures? Is this back in the day, or is this recently?
Oh, since 2004. But the best ones I saw recently, 2020. I found the really tiny people.
How do you know that? How can you tell the size?
Oh, just I'm an artist. I design shit. So I mean,
you could tell just by.
Yeah, but it's just general. I mean, it's dead reckoning, but it's pretty accurate because I'm just good at it.
I'm just curious the fact that someone's been able to see someone on Mars, but we're still disputing the moon landing.
Well, I could tell you about that too. We were chased off the moon by the military that's already up there.
There's military that lives on the moon right now?
Absolutely, absolutely.
What country are they?
There's at least 5 countries. First of all, the Nazis used alien technology to get to the moon in the 30s, 40s because listen to this: the aliens tried to start World War II by assuring Hitler that they would give him special weapons so he could just take any military on.
Wow!
And he would demonstrate. He was led down a shitstorm of
I swore that I thought that like Hitler was doing commercials for Dunkin' Donuts. You ever see the guy? Make the donuts? I swear to God, I thought that was Hitler back then.
No, all right, so hang on. I Googled you, but it said the first thing I see says Jerry Lehane on YouTube, and then there's there's
go to photos.
Okay.
Yeah, so tell me where to go, Jerry.
Here's the problem. That's the Jerry Lehane in Boston. That's why I have a Jerry with an I on my name.
Yeah, no, that's what I typed with an I.
Yeah, this is.
Oh no, you don't want to type an I. You want to type Jerry with a Y. But but beware that the other Jerry is a Boston band guy.
Is this Jerry? You're not going to see it right now, but in a few seconds you'll see this.
Yeah,
picture.
there's a delay on the YouTube feed, but just give it about 30 seconds.
Just let me know if this Jerry is you right here. We found this picture.
No, it's not going to be me on YouTube.
No,
it's going to be someone else.
On Twitter. Is it you on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter, but the Google thing is just look at the pictures on Google. That's how you can see the Mars.
All right, so I went to images.
There you go.
And I'm not.
Show me your phone.
That is you.
Okay, cool. So we found him. So
we found Jerry.
So Jerry,
with all the colored pictures. They were originally black and white. That's me.
So Jerry,
that is me. That you held up the phone in the middle.
All right, cool. So one of my questions for you.
That's me at age 30, though.
Regarding all of this, is with this. Okay, is this? These are the pictures. Here we go. So that
where did you find that? On Twitter?
On his Twitter page.
I'm there now.
Those come from the NASA site. What I have to do is colorize them so that normal, average, civilian-type people like you guys can see them.
Hey, can I see this?
My dad couldn't see them.
So now how come they're keeping it a secret? What's going on? Why is the government not telling us about the countries on the moon?
Well,
and we not know about people on Mars?
It's military. It's military. Like I was telling you about the moon. There's the moon is run by the Nazis, the Russians, the Americans.
It's a naked lady on Mars.
UK. And what else? One other space. It's called Secret Space Force or whatever. But they have the alien tech. They have anti-gravity and all that. Really advanced stuff. So they're already far beyond the solar system.
I'm just going to jump around and ask you certain questions just because of time and stuff. But this is really fascinating stuff. Do you now? There's been rumors that there's lizard people on Earth.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Yes, they're on Mars. They're here. They're on the moon. Basically, we were engineered evolution-wise by various aliens along the way. Not all at once, but along the way. Like the Greys, the reptilians, all that. But they're the most dangerous, the reptilians.
And they live amongst us in disguise.
I can't prove that, but they definitely are on at least the Earth underground because they like it really hot, and we can't take it really hot like they like it.
That's why they like Mars.
I'm saying screw.
No, Mars is colder.
Screw Stern. I want to find out. Have they, because this guy's knowledgeable on things, has time travel been possible?
Good question.
According to all I've heard, yes, possible. And there's.
I knew it. I knew it.
Look up the 20 and back military program. 20 and back. Basically, you sign away your life in the military for 20 years, but then they return you. And they reverse age you, and it's a really weird process. They make a clone of your body, and they download your actual, personality, whatever, your spirit, to this clone body, so that you look when you come back like you never left. Even your family has no knowledge.
Wow.
Jesus,
I think that's what happened to me. How do I know if I'm the clone or not? Like, can you know if you're a clone? Like, now, I could be my own clone. Oh, you
Yeah, you
drilled
do
them?
because you have they try and wipe your memory, but it's not perfect. The memory wipe and some of the trauma and everything is not perfect.
You know, there's times I was wondering why sometimes I'm able to perfectly when I go ahead. You know what? What's amazing is that I'm able to perfectly act like a woman at times when I'm like performing. And this explains so much.
What
now.
are you performing?
Can you write?
Well, no,
Can you write down-
nothing like that. But I'm able to perform, and I feel like a sense, like some sort of estrogen taking over. And you know what? This explains so much, including my nasally, whiny voice that I have.
Okay,
what do you think is deja vu? What do you think deja vu
here's
is?
where this information comes from. It's on YouTube. It's on Gaia, Gaia, and the host is Emery Smith. Emery Smith. So he hosts all these soldiers that have come back from the military, that have gone to Mars, gone to the moon. It's all this advanced stuff.
All right, cool. You checking that out right now?
I'm
Jeff
looking.
Bosey's on it. I did want to ask you, what do you think deja vu is? Is deja vu like my other
Yeah,
clone?
I'm not so positive on that. So I'm just gonna not go there because I could be totally wrong.
Well, I think this is pretty
This
interesting.
seals the show tonight.
Yeah, wow,
This
Jerry,
absolutely. Thank you,
you're
Jerry.
blowing my mind. I wish I was high right now because then this would be even really. but I think like the people on Mars and you got pictures and there's countries on the moon, and then on top of that you also have ghostwritten for all these shows, including Star Trek and Howard Stern.
Yeah, what other shows?
Yeah, I should just bother you guys when you have slack time on your show.
Yes, absolutely.
And we appreciate it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Dude,
Well, thank
Take
you so
care.
much, Jerry.
Jerry.
All right.
Jerry.
We appreciate you.
Here,
brother.
let me give you my phone number.
Well,
We're on the air. Do you want to do that?
do us a favor. I would rather you just go ahead and message it in on.
Okay, I'll just punch it in.
Okay.
All right. You're all right
yeah,
with that.
okay, all
Okay.
right.
Okay, have a good night.
You too,
Have a
Jerry.
good night, Jerry.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Jerry,
Wow,
with
Jerry
the information
Lee.
from
Wow.
beyond.
Wow, what a show! What a show!
I mean, this has been amazing. But listen, listen,
mind is
I
blown,
can't-
man.
I can't listen. As much as I would
Did I
like
eat
to
mushrooms today?
listen, we had Al LaBelle,
Yes.
we had Nathan in,
Yes.
and
Tim.
we had Jerry. I mean, this
And
was,
we had Doyle.
and you had Doyle. And listen, I think this was a packed show.
This was a great show.
It.
This was a great show.
This is the episode that needs to be shared.
This
Absolutely.
is the one you share it, people. Get the word out.
Everyone, absolutely.
Let's go viral like my interview with
Richie,
with
Robbie Wrist.
Robbie Resnick.
Wrist.
Yes, Robbie Wrist. And talking about the first Whopper with cheese.
So let me go back. So what we were saying. So in April, so we're not here next week because you're doing a lacrosse game, which we're going to come see you again.
Then maybe I could come the first weekend in April. No, April 2nd is a game, I believe.
Oh, is there? There's another lacrosse game April 2nd?
There's two. Yeah, it's all April. Like April, I have. There's three. There's the one in March tomorrow, next week, and then there's three more April ones, and then the other week.
There's a lot of lacrosse in April, huh?
Yeah, that's it. And then after that,
There's nothing till hockey.
Riptide's done,
okay.
and then I could be here every Saturday again.
Okay. All
And but yeah, and then the one Saturday, the one April that don't have a game. Me and my son, who's not watching right now, so I could say this, for his birthday. He's gonna be 30. His 30th birthday. I'm taking him to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Nice.
In Ohio.
Yeah. So we're going to Cleveland.
I've been there once. It was nice.
Yeah, I can't.
You got
wait.
that big battleship parked on the side over there. I don't know what the deal is, but I went there once. It was enlightening to just walk and go, oh wow, yeah.
Did you go
okay,
in
I'm
the
done.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I walked in.
Oh,
the
yeah,
building. Yeah,
cool.
it was the big
Yeah.
triangle thingy. Whatever.
Yeah,
I've been in there. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you guys were in Cleveland or if you went into.
Well, I went there. I mean,
yeah.
there was
I
a
was
girl
there.
I was dating.
I was there within the first year it opened. And I was highly disappointed, but I've heard it's gotten a lot better. I would love to get back there.
What year was that?
95, 96, something
Wow,
like that.
that's weird because I went in there about 2002, 2003, and I had the same reaction as you did.
Yeah, but I'm the music geek and the nerd. I would probably love it now.
That's what my son's gonna love it, man. That's why.
Yeah, she's a guitar player, singer. Yeah,
he loves, dude. When he was like a young kid, like 3 years old, 4 years old, most other kids are watching like cartoons or whatever. He's watching documentaries on the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, the Who.
Nice.
That's what he wanted to do, and he's just absorbed it all. And he's a music nerd too,
right?
And loves the Beatles, man. So
I miss that kid. I haven't seen him in ages.
Yeah, and he's turning 30, man. So I can't wait to spend
happy
some quality time
birthday.
with him. Yeah, it's March 30th is his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Nice.
30th on 30.
Yeah, 30 on 30. 30 for
Nice.
30. Yeah, so that's going to be
all right.
pretty cool.
So, we're definitely not here next week. But I think all right, I'll have to see what's going on with Sallie. We'll
you got to keep it going.
Yeah, we'll keep.
I definitely, if I can make it out, I'll do it. If like the Riptide, or if I get a day out of there.
I
or whatever.
think we're going to do April 2nd because I know Courtney and some of those guys. They're playing the Giggle Room April 2nd, so I believe we'll be here for that.
Who's Courtney?
Courtney O'Tara. She's a new comic. She's
awesome.
The
girl.
Yeah,
the girl. Yeah.
She was
You know
here
who she reminds me of?
I was waiting for it to kick in.
Yeah.
You know who she reminds me of?
Who?
It's fucking morbid, but she reminds me of her. I was like thinking the other day, I'm like, well, not the other day, but after I saw her, I was like, she reminds me of somebody. Who the fuck she reminds me? She reminds me of that girl who got killed, that Long Island girl who got killed by her boyfriend in the camping trip.
Oh my God!
She looks like her.
Petito.
Yeah, Gabby.
Gabby? Yeah, Gabby.
She looks just like her.
Well, on that note, folks, don't forget, April 1st,
I said it was
get your
morbid.
tickets for
There's
the Giggle Room.
Only one person. Jerry's watching. He's
Jerry's
the only
watching,
one.
He's already looking at pictures of the moon.
He ghost wrote for the Traveling Wilburys in Cloud 9. That's George Harrison. All right, Jerry, we're definitely talking
Yeah,
again.
Jerry
See, the
rocks.
nerd in me, that's old Beatles stuff right there. So
Right.
now you're talking my language. And I may have to dispute some of that.
Jerry rocks. He's the you always wonder where all these great ideas and things come from. Now we know it's guys like Jerry.
Makes you wonder who wrote number 9.
He may have had a. Jerry, were you responsible for any of the Beatles? I'm just curious.
You gave birth to one of the Beatles.
No, but he may have ghost wrote like for John Lennon or something. Who knows?
Or maybe he ghost wrote for Yoko. God, I hope James walks by right now to see that. We'll be thrown out of here on the spot.
He'll be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
You three gotta get.
April 1st, come see that man in that room.
Yes,
the Giggle Room.
Knock 'em Dead comedy show live here, April 1st
I'll be
in the
in rare
Giggle
form.
Room. Tony Walker Fresh will be performing. Jeff Bosey in a dress will be performing.
We don't know that.
It's gonna be amazing.
We don't know what my outfit's
I'm
gonna
just
be.
hoping.
We just spitballing, throwing shit against the fancy with 6 to the wall.
Let me just say, I ghost wrote some of this art. Some of this shit. All right. So
Thank you very much for having me in
course.
in tonight. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And we do have to thank Doyle. And,
Yes, Doyle.
And check him out.
Doyle and the latrine. So it's like
That's his band.
It's his band. Doyle and latrines.
All right, so Conversations Wednesday, Top 5s Friday.
Conversations will be George Brown, a mascot from the Carolina Hurricanes and the Harlem Globetrotters, is joining me. Takes a little bit about
That's
his
cool.
career, talks about working as a mascot, what it takes, and all that kind of stuff. And we reminisce about the old days winning the Stanley Cup together.
Nice.
When we worked for the Carolina Hurricanes in 2005, 2006. But also top 5s. This week is with a comedian from the Bay Area named Mean Dave, hilarious guy. This is the top 5 non-Marvel, non-DC superheroes. So we kind of go into this list of
So DC.
no, non-Marvel, non-DC.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it's just like superheroes that aren't affiliated with either of those major brands. So like the Ninja Turtles.
Cockman.
Cockman was on the list. He was actually my number 6.
Okay, good.
And then
he's my number 1.
but yeah, so that's the top 5. And then the following week, since I won't be here, we got Don Jameson and myself do top 5 intentionally funny rock bands, and that's a really good episode. And then after that, top 5s will be on a little bit of a hiatus. And then, but Conversations will continue on. So
After that top 5 airs, I'm going to talk more about it because you turned me on to something with that Jameson episode.
Yeah.
Which I've been checking out, and I've been loving every second of it.
They're great. Did you ever hear of Dread Zeppelin?
No, I've heard of Les Zeppelin.
Well, there's another one, Dread Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Where these guys, I found out researching the shit, Dread Zeppelin was before Max Sabbath, like it goes back. But Dread Zeppelin is a Led Zeppelin cover band where the lead singer is dressed like Elvis.
Oh, I have heard of
and
them.
he does it. He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does like.
Yes.
And like, yeah.
I've seen that. Yes.
So Dreads up. So I want to do another top 5 craziest cover bands, and then get bands like Dread Zeppelin and
Little Kiss.
Little Kiss. Yes, exactly, man. Maybe we could do it the list.
This close to getting a Little Kiss in here, but then they wanted to get paid. Sons of bitches.
Well, you could have paid him half price. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, we're out. Knock 'em Dead on Monday. Chris Cassandro is going to be sitting with us again. And then next Friday. Yeah, on Friday we have. Speaking of music, we have a band. The Other Ones will be. They zoomed in with us like a year or so. Raider was here with us. They're going to be zooming in again.
Okay, that was a good episode.
Yeah, we had fun with those guys. So they're going to be zooming in with us again this
Awesome.
coming Friday. And I think that's all we got. Jerry Lillane says ball high. I don't know what that means. Anybody know what that
Well, he
means?
says he also ghost wrote for the Wilburys. Then Plant solo. He wrote for Plant and solo albums. Robert Plant.
Oh, I missed that.
Also,
okay.
Nirvana.
Wow.
Fate of the Nation.
Yeah, these are all Robert Plant solo albums.
And then Manic Nirvana. Okay, so those are all
Right.
these records. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And Gabby Potato. And
Potato?
then
And then he says that guy missed Yoko. I guess he's saying he hit John by
he
accident.
says he has something to do with Immigrant Song.
No, he's saying the ball high, that intro that you just sang.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay,
I'm just trying to follow you, Jerry. Jerry, you rock, my friend. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to
Thank you,
all.
guys.
And
Thank
of
you, pal.
course, Jeff.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.
Thanks, y'all.